It's my 6th year. I've done between 250 and 300 games. Before that, I used to do what you do, but every week alongside the commentator. So yeah, and prior to that, I worked for the media team here, and I've been a supporter for 50 years now, since I was 7. So
I was like, I'm hyped for the game, and this is something I would be interested in doing after football. So I thought, why not?
Good experience, really good experience for you. Let me take your number, Tyler. Sorry, yes.
462 47 4977.
Right, okay. Right, I'm going to just crank call you now. I'm going to crank call you, so that'll come in a sec. If I wrote the number right. Did I?
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, right, okay, that's me. Now I'll get you on WhatsApp and I'll send it to WhatsApp. Right, that link's come through to you now. If you want to send it to anybody that can only listen.
I don't know, go to CSC.
Alright, so I'm going to put your microphone on now, Tyler.
It looked bad. I watched the other game, and he literally been on 10 minutes as well.
So Sheridan, who sat there, she's commentating for BBC Somerset, and we're commentating for BBC Surrey. But that link, when if anybody's asking you about it, it's the page with all the non-league commentaries, but the one they want to listen to is the Surrey one. You got a mum or a girlfriend or a wife who's listening or anything?
My mum's coming to the game and she was like, oh, I want to listen. So she
brilliant. You better pre-warn mum that the commentary is a little bit behind the action, so it might not work if she's trying to listen live. But what she might want to do is just watch the game, but if there's a Shots goal, click on the link, and then about a minute later she'll hear it. So, yeah.
Other scores in the league as well?
Yes, I'm just hitting the notification buttons on those to do them. Oh, Bournemouth Dagenham's later, isn't it? 5 o'clock. Yeah, occasionally we get a little bit of issue with the data in here. There is a Wi-Fi, but it drops in and out. So yeah, you can keep an eye on those as well. If you see an interesting one, you like say it or show me your phone. Right, let's get ourselves going. It's 5-3, and we're here at a sunny EBB Stadium, and there's quite a good atmosphere in the ground here, which is rather surprising because both teams are in an awful lot of trouble down the wrong end of the table. Shots 4th bottom, Yeovil 5th bottom, but there's been some changes this week, particularly here at Aldershot, where Ross McNeely has been relieved of his duties and Tommy Widdrington has come in. Fresh from managing King's Lynn to 2nd place in the National League North. Now, alongside me to call today's game is somebody I'd much rather was out on the pitch, but sadly he's unavailable at the minute due to injury. It's Tyler Frost. Tyler, First of all, first time we've met as well, so welcome to the club. Thank you for hitting the ground running as well as you have, and those couple of goals you've scored already. Tell us about your injury first and foremost, and what's wrong.
Yeah, thanks for having me on today. No, I've done a little strain on my MCL on my knee. Hopefully nothing too serious. It happened in the Halifax game. I managed to get through the game, but then the next day I was quite sore, and it just hasn't managed to get to where I'd like it to be today, to be out there on the field, which I'm gutted, but I'm absolutely buzzing for this game today.
So in theory you've probably been having treatment rather than taking part in training, but what's the vibe amongst the lads? Obviously huge respect and kudos to Ross for coming in when he did and doing the job that he did. So a couple of words for you on Ross's outgoing and also on the first impressions of Tommy Widrington, please.
Yeah, no, firstly I'd like to thank Ross massively. You know, he's brought me to this club and I've enjoyed every minute so far, and that's down to Ross, and I have nothing but praise for him, and I'm sure he's going to go on to great things in the future. You know, I think this is his first team job, and I think he did do a good job. Might have come a bit too soon for him, or you know, the position we're in, and we're under a lot of stress at the moment. You know, the club want to stay in this league, and that's a decision they've made. But Ross for me was great. I know he liked me as a player, and I liked him as a coach. Just a shame it hasn't worked out how we probably all would have liked it to. But the new manager coming in, you know, I haven't been involved in training, but I've been watching all from the sidelines, and I must say I'm really impressed. I think the boys have really taken to what he's saying. He comes across brilliantly. I think in the short space of time he's had us this week, he's been direct, he's been positive, you know, and he's got his character across really quickly. And I do think it's going to take us in the right direction. I have no qualms that we won't go in the right direction now, and you know, I think everyone's excited, and hopefully we can kick off with 3 points today and pull ourselves further away from the relegation zone.
So that's Tyler Frost on the outgoing Ross McNeely, the incoming Tommy Widrington. We're waiting for the teams to come out here now. There's a decent crowd in. It's bank holiday weekend. It's all changed here at the Shots, who have got a third different manager for the season. The skippers, Joe Partington and Josh Staunton, lead their teams out onto the pitch on a very, very big day for both sets of supporters. Aldershot are in their home kit of red shirts, white shorts and blue socks. Tommy Widrington in a navy blue suit, old school, or as he likes to call it, good school. So I've heard this week. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting Tommy myself yet. Should get that opportunity after the game with the post-match. Yeovil are in their home kit of green and white striped shirts, green shorts and green socks. And as everybody goes through their final stretches, Mark Cooper comes across to shake the hand of Tommy Widrington, and they both wish each other good luck, presumably after 5 o'clock today. I'm pretty sure those two must know each other, because Mark Cooper is from the southwest. Widrington's been down that way. He's been head of recruitment at one of the Bristol clubs. I'm sure they'll know each other, won't they?
Potentially, but the gaffer comes across as if there's no friends on match day unless the ones that are in your squad. So I think that will be after the game.
Yeah.
You know, I think there'll be no love during the game, but maybe after the game they can have a handshake and be friends again if they are.
Yeah. So that's Tyler Frost, who's joining me because he's out injured at the moment, and I'm Rob Worrell. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey Sport, or you may indeed be watching the National League TV platform this afternoon. You may be looking on from as a neutral or a supporter of either of the clubs. Whatever the reason you're listening to us or watching us today, welcome to the EBB Stadium. It's sunny, it's about 14 degrees, still a little bit of a nip in the air, it's a little bit fresh, but I wouldn't say it's cold anymore, and hopefully that's the way on. You give it a week, Tyler, you'll be sweating out there, won't you?
A little bit of adrenaline now from everyone as well, I think, before kick-off, and like you've said already, the atmosphere is great. It's one thing I love about this club, and I've come here before in previous years to watch games when I haven't been able to play myself, and it's one of the things I do love about this club, the atmosphere, the ground. It really, you know, even if there isn't loads of bodies, it always feels like there's more than there actually is. It's great.
Good stuff. Tyler, I have to say, was really enthusiastic about joining us today. He's a young lad, but he's already thinking about his career after the game, and he wants to do a bit in the media side. So enjoy yourself today, Tyler. Both sides have gone into huddles. Let's give you the Aldershot Town lineup. Is it a back 4 today, Tyler?
Shall I say? Yeah, it's all right. It's a back.
You can do now. It's a back 3.
Yeah,
so Cordner,
no.
Minoga, and Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan starting on the right, Minoga down the middle, and Cordner on the left. That's a little change from the gaffer, which I quite like, to be honest.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because Minoga naturally from the right side would make his way forward. Whether he'll get the same opportunities from the middle, we'll see. Ball is played forward. Yeovil attacking the East Bank end in the first half. Minoga with a header now. McCoy can't quite get there. Glover does, plays it forward. So we got those 3 at the back in front of Ashby Hammond. We got Glover on the right side. Ollie Harfield back in the side. Fantastic. Great to see him. He's been superb until his injury.
Yeah, crucial.
And then in midfield, Partington, McCoy and Ochieng with 2 strikers. Hurrah! Campbell and Barham for shots.
They'll both be keen to get off the mark today with their golden shots colours, I think, and hopefully they can add goals.
Little shove in the back of Jack Barham there by Josh Staunton. Aldershot have got themselves a free kick. Right level with Tyler Frost and myself. We are sat about 15 yards into the High Street end of the North Stand, if you like. The Yeovil side, I'll see if I can get it out quickly. Grant Smith in goal. Back 3, Freckleton, Staunton and Bevan. And then a left wing back Ryan Law, right wing back Kiori Johnson, Charlie Cooper, Maguire Drew in the middle, Worthington in front of Young and Linton, taken quickly, Harfield to the byline, puts the cross in, and it's a nice easy one for Grant Smith. And if Aldershot are going to win today, if they're going to score today, they're going to have to be clinical, because Grant Smith, Tyler, definitely one of the top 3 goalkeepers in the National League, and one of the big hopes still for Yeovil that they might stay in this division.
No, that free kick there was bright. That's a good start. You know, little things like that get the crowd going, and that's what we need. A little bit of brightness and a spark.
Happy Easter to Colin Hayden, whose message from Tenerife is listening in. Fingers crossed we get 3 points for the new manager. Well, 3 points for everybody connected with Red and Blue, of course. If you want Yeovil commentary, go back to the link you had and click on BBC Somerset. This is the Aldershot base one. Cross into the area. Jordan's headed it away. Follow-up shot comes in, but Haji Minoga tried to head it too, and he has made slight contact with Jordan. He's down, holding his head at the moment. The only thing I will say is he's continued to move his feet all the way, so I'm pretty sure he didn't go out unconscious, Tyler.
Yeah, it didn't look too bad, but with the head you've always got to be extra safe, and I think the ref should have maybe blew up a little bit earlier than that.
He's been out injured for a few games now, and Aldershot have really missed him. He's been a breath of fresh air coming in on loan from Portsmouth. One of those players that sometimes you look at in the National League and you know that he is too good for this league, and he's not right now because he's out there and he's got to perform the same as everybody else, but he's sat up now and just going through a few checks, you think, Tyler.
He's fantastic, honestly. Yeah. He's one of the players I think's going to have a top career, and you know, I came in early doors and was playing right back, and he made me look better at right back than maybe I am. You know, I wouldn't have come into the team and settled as well as I did in that position if it wasn't down to him, so he's a top player.
3 minutes in, Aldershot Town 0, Yeovil 0. A stoppage in play now for some treatment to Haji Minoga, who's up on his feet. I think he'll be okay to continue. That's great news, particularly for him, because he's been out for a little while. Just while we're getting ready to get restarted again, the message is really from any team meetings you've been involved in from Tommy Widrington. He says he's focused purely on Aldershot this week and not on the opposition that much.
100%. The focus has been on us. There's not been too much on Yeovil, if I'm honest. He's purely come in and he's had 3 days to go, this is what I want from you boys for us in order for us to succeed. It's been quite nice, actually, purely on us, and now we got to do what he's asked, and you know, hopefully it turns into 3 points.
Okay, we're going to restart with Ashby Hammond kicking it forward. Minoga's been allowed back on. Harfield's been beaten in the air by Kiori Johnston. And Yeovil break forward, but there's a foul on halfway. It'll be a free kick to Yeovil. We're in the 5th minute now, and it remains Aldershot Town 0, Yeovil Town 0. You're listening to BBC Radio Surrey Sport or National League TV. And if you're listening to that, you're probably watching as well. And the ball's in touch from Yeovil's free kick, and it'll be a throw in to the shots. I'm Rob Worrell, and alongside me is Tyler Frost trying to think how many games you played now for Shots. Feels like maybe 8 or 9 already.
Yeah, I think I have 8 starts and then maybe a couple off the bench, so around 10 or 11.
And averaging a goal every 4 games, right?
Playing at fullback or wingback, I'll take that, you know.
You've played in so many positions already, 3 different positions, I think, at last count.
I'd also say I should probably be on 4 or 5 goals as well, you know. I'm honest with my finishing.
Yeah, fair point. Here's Jack Barham holding the ball up. He's just lost out to Miguel Frecklington, who plays it across. Excuse me, Ochieng goes to ground, wins the ball.
It's good pressure there, though.
Yeah, but he can only poke it to Owen Bevan, who's the right of the 3 centre-backs. Yeovil clear their lines. It's in touch. It'll be a throw into Aldershot. Tyler Corden's over there in the left-back position, but he's telling the skipper, who's a lot bigger than him, and he's got the armband, but he's telling him, no, I take the throws, thank you very much. He literally did, didn't he? I think Tyler Corden was just looking for a quick option, and it wasn't on.
They have a good relationship, them two.
Absolutely, and you know, they've played together before, I'm sure, as well. You know, 2 players that were brought in by Mark Moseley that he'd managed before. Ball's in touch over on the far side again, and it'll be a throw into Aldershot halfway inside their own half. A tremendous following, both in number and in noise from Yeovil Town. Heaven knows the way that club is going at the moment, the way it's been run, the way it's the lack of investment, the lack of leadership, you know, different people recruiting from the manager as well. They probably don't deserve this level of support, especially as a lot of those will have been up to Gateshead on Tuesday night for a 4-0 defeat. But they're on their toes now because Malachi Linton's coming down the right-hand side. He's down to the byline. He's turned back by Minoga, and he goes back to Curio Johnson, who's going to put a cross in. That's cleared away by Harfield up towards Barham. He can't hold it though. Minoga goes down. It's cleared forward, and the Yeovil player who kicked it forward made contact with Minoga, so it's gone behind. It's a corner to Yeovil, and I'm going to estimate that there's probably between 400 and 500 Yeovil fans here this afternoon, which is a brilliant turnout from the Glovers supporters. The first corner of the game then, a bus stop queue forming on the edge of the penalty area. In comes the ball into the heart of the area. Ashby Hammond tries to clear, misses the ball, takes a bit of Staunton, a bit of Cordner. The ball's come back out. Staunton gets to his feet, and it goes again. Minoga heads away, only as far as Jordan Maguire drew. He hooks the ball in, straight down the middle, and it can't be kept in play. Goes behind. Frantic opening exchanges. 7.5 minutes gone, and it's Aldershot Town 0, Yeovil Town 0. And now I think he's finished posing for a picture. I'll come to time.
That's my mother. She's
that's fair enough.
They
Hello,
come
Mum.
to the game even though I'm not here. You know, they're supporters of me and the team. So no, everyone's getting behind the lads.
Great stuff. And just for Mum's benefit, if you click on that link, it's about a minute behind, so it might be a bit confusing. But if the Shots score, click on the link and you'll hear the commentary a minute later. There you go. Right. Okay. Yeovil clear towards Aldershot's half. Corden's got it. Turns, tries a little ball out to the right side, and it's a good one looking for Glover.
Hey.
Glover jumps. He thinks he's impeded by a Yeovil player. He isn't. He just lands on him, claims the free kick. It's Ryan Law, the left wing back, and the ball's in touch, throw in to Yeovil. So 8 minutes gone, and Mum's taking a seat just a couple of rows in front, so she might even hear your commentary direct.
No, I think it's been a good start from the Shots. I think they've had a couple of chances going forward, but bright from both teams at the minute.
Here's Tarvin Campbell trying to assess the options inside and loses possession. Meanwhile, Frecklington's still down, and the referee, James Durkin, thinks that he should really take the opportunity to stop play and get some treatment to Freckleton. I don't think it's a head injury, but it does look a very sore one, doesn't it?
8 minutes in, and I think we've got 3-4 minutes added to them already, haven't we?
Absolutely. We've got some early goals in the National League. Southend, who finally ended that wretched run of 7 defeats with that win last week. They're 1-0 up at home against Maidstone Jack Bridge. Maidstone, of course, already relegated. Solihull Moors 1, Maidenhead 0, and another home side have scored what could be a crucial goal. It's Notts County 1, Wealdstone 0, and as my app refreshes, we'll try and find out if it is the record-breaking goal or not for Macaulay Langstaff, who's level now with Ricky Miller's goal record of 40 goals in the National League. my data's not too good, and maybe Tyler might get that news in front of me. I don't know. We'll keep an eye, but we're another stoppage in play. And
just had a message through from an ex-Shots player. Archie Davis is watching the team today, supporting on. So
brilliant.
They're still following there.
Archie Davis, who joined the Shots from Crawley, and he's gone to, where's he gone now? Remind me.
Dundalk
Out in Ireland. That's right. Yeovil will take a free kick forward. It's chested down by Tyler Cornow, and I knew I was going to do that at some point. I've not done it in commentary yet because you're sat next to me. I knew that was going to happen. Tyler Frost did not chest down that ball. He had a microphone in his hand, and he's 20 yards from the pitch. Tyler Corder did. The ball's in touch. Throw in to the Shots. 10 and a quarter minutes gone. Shots 0, Yeovil 0 in a must-win game for Yeovil, and definitely a must-not-lose game for the Shots. One position between them, 5 points between them. And here come Yeovil again. Worthington rides one tackle, but he has nicked the ball off of him by Partington, who feeds McCoyd. McCoyd feeds Jordan, who plays it down the right-hand touchline, and it's headed into the path of Glover. But Law does well. He gets a foot on it, clears it forward, up towards Worthington. Inside to Ochieng, who protects the ball really well. Turns it inside to Partington. Partington's pass out to the left looking for Barham doesn't come off. And Yeovil win the ball again. And we'll update our radio listeners very shortly. In fact, in the next few seconds, we'll update our radio listeners. I am indeed. We're 11 and a quarter minutes in, Joe, and it is goalless. We haven't had a chance at either end, but it's been a frenetic pace. Both sides really looking to unsettle the other as soon as they get the ball. There's a bursting run forward from Henry Ochieng, who's pulled down by Charlie Cooper, and he's shown a yellow card as well for his first tackle. The only real story of the opening 11 minutes, Joe, is that both players from both sides have had treatment already. I suspect there's going to be 2 or 3 minutes added on at half-time at least, if not more. But with this free kick kind of 45 yards out, I wouldn't urge you to stay with us for it, but it's 0-0, 12 minutes gone.
Good chance for us here to get something in the box and hopefully get an attempt on target. Hopefully make the most of this.
It'll be very difficult with only a couple of training sessions. I don't know whether the boys have worked on any fresh set piece ideas this week. There's not much time, is there? Maybe yesterday, a couple of hours, maybe? Maybe
not fresh new ideas, but this is a generic set piece from here in any league. Get one in the box in a good area where the keeper can't come and get it, and hope that one of our lads get on the end of it.
Yeah, I think Harfield's just going to clip the ball over the defensive line, which is 5 or 6 yards outside the 18-yard box here. And then who can make first contact? Smith is 5 yards out. He'll probably come towards it. Let's see. And it comes. It's headed away by the first Yeovil player. Back in from McCoyd. Partington jumps, can't win it cleanly. Tarvin Campbell tries to make contact and can't. Harfield touches it towards Glover, but it's deflected off of Jordan Young. Cleared as far as Haji Minoga, who fakes to go forward, passes past his man, and then passes inside to Jordan. Jordan turns into trouble, knocks it back to Glover. He's given it away. He's down in a heap. And the number 10 for Yeovil, Jordan Maguire-Drew, has played it off of an Aldershot player. It's gone behind for a corner, and Jordan has to go up again. Aldershot probably guilty there of trying too hard, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think we should have, you want more from a set piece in those sort of areas, and then they've ended up breaking on those sort of things which lead to moments like that.
As much as Aldershot will feel this is a huge opportunity to take a big leap towards safety, it's last chance saloon for Yeovil, and they see a team one place above them that they want to rein in. They've got a corner now. It's very, very deep from Charlie Cooper, and it's headed back in the area and then punched away by Ashby Hammond. Another volley comes in, and Ashby Hammond can collect that one. It's not gone out for a corner. It's right on the byline. Now he's going to kick from his hands, where Tarvin Campbell will try and battle for it. So does Barham. Barham gets a little flick on. Campbell looks to pick it up. Was he fouled? He's gone down right on the edge of the area. Nothing given. Ball over the top from Yeovil. That will go all the way through to Ashby Hammond, who just collects it a yard outside of his area, dribbles it back in and can pick it up. And Aldershot obviously missing the presence still, and we all have to move on from a big man in Effiong, but at least they've got those two boys up front working as a pair.
Yeah, I don't think I played with Innie, but he was a big miss. He sort of left the same week I signed, and as a wide player, it's always someone you look at to go, oh, there's someone you can get assists for. Do you know what I mean? But we have to move on. You know, the club made the decision, and
Barham. Oh, sorry, I was just going to
right.
break off. And thank you for something. Yeah, finish your point now. It's gone out for a throw. Sorry.
No, we've got two good strikers in Jack and Tav, so we've got to make sure we give them the opportunities to score goals, because they're both capable. They've both come here and to show what they're about, and I'm sure that they will add goals.
If you've joined us, that is a foul throw there. A very poor throw from Frecklington, and quite right decision from the referee, James Durkin. It's Tyler Frost alongside me today. He's out of action at the moment with a knee strain, and Aldershot take the throw quickly. 0-0, quarter of an hour gone. Keith Deere, thank you very much just for confirming Sam Austin got that goal for Notts County, not Macaulay Langstaff. The record is still only equal. Glover plays it inside. McCoy shuts it down. Staunton plays it back out to that man Frecklington. He comes down the line, and Jordan Young holds it up, plays it inside. Ochiang's there, just gets a foot on it to tow it back to Minoga. His ball forwards cut out by the head of Frecklington, up towards Young again. Young battling with Jordan, but the ball finds its way into touch. Throw in to the shots. Now, he's a very experienced referee at this level, James Durkin. He's the son of a former Premier League referee who's still a referee and assessor, and I'm glad about that. And he's made a good start to the game. He's definitely in charge. He's trying to let it flow, but he's in charge. And you know, these are desperate times for Yeovil, and troublesome times for shots, so you need a good strong rep out there, don't you?
Definitely, because this game could get messy the longer it goes on at this score, and I think he's made the right decision so far. You know, the only yellow card of the game was a certain yellow card, and I think there's no complaints so far, which is good.
Yeah, that was shown to Charlie Cooper.
But like you say about the Yeovil, we expect nothing less than them to be firing today. You know, this is a massive game for them just as much as it is for us.
A bit like sometimes when you're 1 or 2-0 down in a game, you know, whatever the game plan was, you know you've just got to go for it, and that's Yeovil's situation in the league right now, isn't it? They're clearly going to come here for a win. There's no point in them trying to shut up for a draw, is it?
Yeah, like you say, they're almost starting this game as if they're behind, because the points is what they're behind on, and they need the win just as much as we do, so it should be a massive battle. At the moment it's been a bit slow with the stoppages, but I'm sure the speed and intensity will pick up soon.
Yeah, here comes Kieran Johnson down the right hand side, but Ollie Harfield did really well. He stepped in to the path that he was most likely to go in and managed to impede him without obstructing him, if that makes sense. It's in touch for a throw to Yeovil. I suspect, as ever, the first goal is going to be massive today. Two sides down the bottom, desperate for a win. I know that Aldershot will respond if they do go a goal behind. They're good characters in the side. They never can be accused, your teammates, of not trying, but they have been short of quality at times, haven't they?
Yeah, this game so far, I think both teams have nullified the attacks of both sides, if that makes sense.
Here's Minoga, nice calm bit of defending.
He
clears down the
lively.
line. Barham can't make contact. It'll go all the way through to Josh Staunton, who's been the defensive rock at the back for Yeovil, and a leader for them. Ball down the line, and I think Malachi Linton can come across and get that, but Haji Minoga sees an opportunity to take it. Linton holds him off though, bursts down the left hand side, little ball inside to Worthington, holds it up inside the perimeter, turns, tries to get a shot in, that's blocked by corner. It'll break out to the right hand side where Kiori Johnson's given offside, which I think is a bit unlucky, because the pass to him clipped off of corner and shouldn't have been offside, should it?
I think it still is offside. The direction of the pass was that way. If he was in an offside position, the deflection it wasn't intentional, so I think that is an offside.
Fair enough. I couldn't keep up with all the rule changes, but
no, but that was a bright run from Yeovil there down the left side.
Did really well, because Minoga is so quick and so confident. He twice went in to just take the ball off Linton, and he looked surprised when he didn't get it, did he? But Linton held him off really well.
I think that's early warning signs, just something we have to deal with. He's obviously a quick lad, but I'm sure Haji will keep up with him. And
a striker who Tommy Widrington will know all about, because he had him, I'm pretty sure, at the end of last season at Kings Lynn, Malachi Linton. I may be corrected on that one, but I'm pretty sure that he came here and scored for Kings Lynn against Aldershot last season.
That knowledge isn't within me, but
I don't know well enough to dispute it. There's a flick on from Barham's showing for it. It was between the defender and Grant Smith, who calmly came and collected it. And meanwhile, we've got one or two other scores in the National League. Another goal for a home side. Chesterfield 1, York 0. Another goal for a home side. Gateshead, their 14th goal in 4 and a bit games. 1-0 up against Scunthorpe as Barham holds the ball up when he's fouled. Takes the quick free kick quickly. Thank you, Stuart Griffiths, for that same information. And still 0-0 here. Ball inside. It's cut out by Charlie Cooper, who's going to play the rest of this game on a yellow card. Son of Mark, the manager. Ochieng goes to ground, wins another 40-60. Barham pokes it out to the right-hand side for Ryan Glover, who sends a ball in. And there's too much adrenaline on that. It's way ahead of Tarvin Campbell and way past him. And I think he was desperate to get the early ball in there, Glover, and he felt confident with his delivery.
I definitely think it was the right idea, just the wrong execution. You know, that's lucky. The decision was the right one.
That's the voice of Tyler Frost. We've got one Tyler in the commentary box, another one on the pitch today. Tyler Corden, of course. A brief stoppage in play. We've had a couple, in the opening 20 minutes, but we're 20 minutes in. Throw in for Yeovil, nodded down, headed up in the air from Ochieng. Ochieng seems to have really, I don't know, had that extra Weetabix today. I mean, he's always full of running, he's lively. Minoga can only cut that one out and put it into touch. Throw in for Yeovil, they take it quickly. Both sides, I think, want to counter quickly on the transition today, and that's why we've got a breathless game, isn't it? Here's Yeovil on the right hand side. Cross is going to come in from the right. It's missed by a couple of people, and then up in the air from Corey Jordan and over the bar. Ashby Hammond can't get it. It'll be another corner to Yeovil. So they got the ball where they want it, down at the end where the majority of their fans are housed. Really good as always to see the East Bank open both sides. It makes for a great atmosphere. Another day, Tyler, if you're ever not playing and you're not doing this with me, go and stand in there for 20 minutes.
No, do you know what? I was actually contemplating that as well. I was thinking, what can I do today to...
Yeah, it's an amazing atmosphere in there, and it will be particularly today with both sets of fans.
Say that, I after this corner.
Yeah, corner comes in, left-footed to the far post, where it's met by a Yeovil player. He was unmarked, but he could only head it out of play.
Back to one of the games I have watched here was actually Aldershot Woking here on Boxing Day, and I stood in that corner, and that's obviously one of the most electric atmospheres of the season. So
exactly, what was that? It was a defeat in the end, wasn't it, for Shots, I think?
Again, I can't.
Yeah, we lost both games.
I don't think it was this season.
Last season. Yeah, it was a draw then, maybe 1-1, I think.
I was still up north at that time.
Where were you then? Where were you playing then?
Harrogate.
Harrogate. Oh yeah. So, were you ever at Harrogate when Connor Hall was there?
No, I wasn't.
Right, he's at Port Vale now. He's doing really, really well. Tarvin Campbell goes down. Durkin thinks he's simulated the foul there, gives nothing. Here's Jordan Young. Gets contact off of McCoyd, and it's into touch for a throw. Been to Harrogate on a couple of occasions, and had the pleasure of meeting the manager and having him on our podcast, NL Full Time, 2 or 3 times. A real supporter he was of that side of things. They're in a bit of a battle themselves at the wrong end of League 2, aren't they, at the moment, just on the edge of those relegation positions?
Who was that again, sorry?
Harrogate.
Yeah, no, they pulled away a little bit now.
Yeah. A couple of wins recently has helped them.
Yeah, a couple of good important results. And then my other club, Crawley Town, they're fighting down there as well, so...
Absolutely. Right, throw in then to Yeovil, inside their own half. We are halfway through the first half now. Just towards the end of the 23rd minute. It's Aldershot Town 0, Yeovil 0, and both sides still seek the ascendancy in this one, and we're still to have a really clear-cut chance on goal. We're going to update our radio listeners now. Oh no, he's gone to the Dorking Woking game. Is Malachi Linton dribbling? He's going to try a shot from distance. That's blocked by Haji Minoga. Aldershot still, as a team, probably not holding the ball up well enough to build attacks. And Yeovil come forward on the left-hand side with Miguel Frecklington. Pokes it out to Law, turns it back inside. It's cut out by Glover. McCoyd tries to play it forward. That comes off of Law and goes out for a throw-in to Aldershot. And it's the biggest challenge for me right now for Aldershot post-Effiong is being able to hold the ball up more and bring the team up the pitch. I'm sure we're going to update our radio listeners, so I won't come to you with a question just now. Jordan's going to take the throw in. Yeah, it's still goalless here, and we've still yet to have a really meaningful effort on goal. Yeovil have forced a couple of corners. Aldershot have been a little bit hasty in possession coming forward. Stay with us for a few seconds here, because Harfield is up to the edge of the final third now, and in fact he's turned into trouble, and Yeovil have cleared their lines. Glover got forward well a couple of minutes ago and put a whipped cross in, but it was just too far ahead of Tarvin Campbell, and neither side have really settled, Joe. So much at stake, you can understand why the intensity is better than the quality right now. 24 and a half minutes in, Shots nil, Glovers nil. Tyler, back to you.
Yeah, no, I just feel this game's lacking a little bit of quality in both final thirds. We haven't, like you say, haven't held the ball up maybe how we want to, and we also haven't hit that channel in behind. The back three of Yeovil are just comfortable at the moment, and we need to try and find a way of making them more uncomfortable.
Thanks, Tyler. It's Jordan Maguire-Drew. I've never seen play in this position. He's one of the two screening midfielders today. He's much more talented than that. It is a bit of a shock.
I played with him at Crawley, and he was a winger. He's a live winger. So that's actually new. I didn't even realise till now you just said that. But yeah,
I don't think he's been playing there for Yeovil. I think they've put as an attack in the lineup as they could together today, and he's got the experience and he's got the technique to be able to play that role.
Yeah, it could suit him. He's technically capable, definitely, of playing that role.
Good play from Harfield, evading two men, feeds the ball out to Tarvin Campbell, goes for the return. He's asking an awful lot, but he's going to get there, is he? He just keeps it. No, he can't keep it in. It was a heavy pass back from Tarvin Campbell, and Ollie Harfield looks inside for a hand or an apology or something. It was brilliant work from Harfield. Great to see him right back to his very best so soon in his first game. I think that game being called off last week and another week's training have probably been really good for Ollie.
I think it's been good for a few members of our team, to be honest. I think last Saturday we might have had a few more out than today. So
yeah, Minoga, was he quite ready last week or not?
Yeah, he was probably one of the ones that would have been ready for last Saturday.
Yeah, Joe wasn't, was he, the skipper?
No, so we're 2 or 3 more than we would have had last Saturday.
Ball around the corner, McCoy might get a chance to get a shot in here. He does get a shot in, it's pushed away, and Tarvin Campbell gets their first back to goal, tries to get a shot in, that's blocked, and Yeovil will clear their lines, the first real chance of the game. I think McCoy did really well from the angle to get the shot in, and he beat Grant Smith, but
great save.
Yeah, the best effort of the game really so far, save. 27 minutes in. Meanwhile, Yeovil break to the other end now, and they're looking to attack on the right hand side, but Corden has won it. He's going to burst forward as well here. He plays the ball into Barham, who straight away toes it straight to a Yeovil player, but it rebounds nicely for Glover, who feeds Ochieng. And Jordan should just about keep this in here. Now that's a poor pass. And this is the balance Aldershot have got to get. They've got to get composure, battled against the intensity. And Ashby Hammond sat down, look, he needs treatment as well. That's worrying. Did you see what happened to Ashby Hammond?
I don't think he's been involved, is he, in the last couple of minutes?
No, he hasn't. So that's worrying. And now a quick glance at the substitutes bench tells us that old school manager coming in, Tommy Widringham, has made sure that he's got a goalkeeper on the bench, Lloyd Thomas. That's a relief, because
for most of this season,
so many times this season that hasn't been the case. Lloyd Thomas, if I've got this right, and you'd know better from training, has been trading places, has been coming backwards and forwards from Dorchester, hasn't he? And I think that's where Ryan Hall is out on loan. Is that right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
He's not in all the time, and he's not someone that maybe we know as well as others, but I'm sure if he has to come on, he'll do a job. You know, he's a big lad, quite commanding. So hopefully, if he does have to come on, which hopefully Luke is okay, then a big game for him to come into.
Depends what Luke Ashby Hammond sat down with. If there's certain types of injury which, if they've happened, a little muscle pull, whether it's calf, groin, hamstring, anything like that, if he won't be able to continue. The reserve goalkeeper for Shots is, as I say, on the bench this afternoon, and that's Lloyd Thomas. He's settling down. I think his body language suggests to me that Ashby Hammond's going to be okay, and he is, but we'll have to... I was going to say, if you want to nip to the dressing room at half-time, you're welcome, and you can try and find out what that was. You're more than welcome, but you will get a break at half-time anyway if you want to stretch your legs. You get that regardless of whether you come back with any information. That's what I'm trying to say, yeah. Okay, we're back underway. It's goalless. We're in the 29 minutes are done. Shots nil, Glovers nil. Barham jumps and beats Owen Bevan in the air, but he can only head it straight to Freckleton, sorry. And Yeovil have got it in the Shots half. Pass is cut out. Campbell touches it back to Glover. Glover inside to Partington. Partington with a good early ball to Barham. He can go one-on-one, albeit on the right channel against Josh Staunton. He holds his pass. Now it comes in. Campbell tries to get it under control inside the penalty area. It's cleared away. Yeovil should get the contact. In fact, it's cleared off of.
I think he was waiting for bodies to get into the box there, and I don't think we got enough bodies into the box.
Yeah,
on
didn't get in quicker. Widrington very animated, a lot of pointing, a lot of shouting, desperate to make that little bit of difference with his instructions. But fairly even opening half an hour, I'd say now, with Aldershot having had those couple of decent attacks in the last 5 minutes, probably evened it out a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, there was a little injection of pace after our attack and then their attack, and then Luca went down.
Here's Ochieng. Feigns to go one way, goes the other. He's fouled by Cooper, who can't believe it. But he's going to have to watch his descent, Cooper, because I'll tell you now, James Durkin won't suffer fools at all. So he's already on a yellow, and the best thing he can do when he plays a foul is get the hell out of the way as soon as possible. On halfway then, Jordan's going to take. He looks at Ashby Hammond to see if Ashby Hammond wants it, and he doesn't. He doesn't want to make the extra 30-yard run forward. Partington makes his move to the final line where Hadji, Minoga and I beg your pardon, where Taven ball comes in. It's cut out by Smith. A word about the skipper, Joe Partington, as Cordner is going to receive a yellow card for blocking the referee from taking his kick. And it's a silly one, Tyler, because now you're going to play the rest of the game on a yellow card. And this is my point. I don't know if managers and teams do their research on referees, but I could have told someone in 2 minutes, don't mess with this ref.
Yeah, I think Tyler might. Hopefully he doesn't come to regret that, but I think most referees, you block the goalkeeper's kick, you're going to get a yellow card now. It could have been good because they could have been on a break if he got a good kick away, but let's hope he doesn't come to regret that silly yellow.
Yeah, he's been superb this season. I think most Shots fans would say he's on track for the Aldershot Town player of the season. I doubt very much whether that will change in the last 6 games. Did get a booking in the last home game for a poor tackle, but otherwise he's been good. Here's Glover trying to get on this ball, but Law's just beaten him to it. Law's not quite sure where to go. Goes back to Freckleton, who skips inside of Glover, plays the ball down the left channel. Minoga will battle with Linton for that, takes it on his chest, gets it under control, clears forward, only as far as McCoy, who flicks it on. Flicked on again from Partington. He's caught late by Maguire Drew. Thankfully he's okay. Free kick to the Shots, halfway inside their own half, just right of centre. The sun's still out here. We're yet to have the first goal. 32 minutes gone. Shots 0, Yeovil 0. Decent crowd in. I think, and I might be wrong about this, but I think it's going to be nearer 3,000 than 2 today. It's really up on usual, isn't it?
We actually do a little thing in the physio room closest to
crowd,
to the attendance, and I only went with 2,300, so
That's
I think I'm going to be a little bit light.
Yeah. Good guess. I think it will be light. 2-5 upwards, I should say.
I think their fan base from Gateshead at the last home game will be the difference as well.
Exactly right. Yeah. So if the same 1-9 or whatever 1-8 come along, then there should be at least 2-3. I see the logic you've used.
I didn't at the time. That's why my guess was short.
Cross comes in from Aldershot from half field, and it's going to go over everybody. And that's such a shame because he's a good cross for the ball. Campbell, Barham, Glover and McCoy all in there, spread nicely across, and he's lifted it over all 4 of them. One of those moments you'll probably look back on the video of the game and go, look at this situation here.
And say we filled the box well. Sometimes we don't fill the box enough, and that was a moment where we did, but Ollie's got the quality to get in that position again and put one in on someone's sixpence.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball comes forward. Partington possibly was into the back of the Yeovil player. I think it was Jordan Young, but nothing given. It goes into touch, and it's headed back into touch by Miguel Freckleton. And now Corey Jordan comes forward to take the long throw, so no change of tactic there from Widrington. He doesn't mind a long throw, if you please. But Jordan takes it short to Glover, and Glover just puts it straight back into touch. And dear, oh dear, that's a moment that Aldershot need to just move on from. That's another example for me how you can see the passion and desire, but it's just getting ahead of the composure, isn't it?
Yeah, I think later in the game that you just chuck it in the box at the scoreline. Maybe you should just chuck it into the box again.
Yeah, I think there's 2 types of intensity and desire today. One is because they always want to do that to do well, and two, they're trying to impress a new manager as well. Here's McCoy holding the ball up, plays it back to Glover, inside to Ocheng. Ocheng turns it back to Minoga, and Minoga first touch out to Tyler Cordner. Tries the ball down the middle, and it's chested down by Barham and then quickly cleared away by Yeovil. And Cordner is in a battle now while Worthington steps onto the loose ball and makes his way down the right hand side. Jordan Young wants the ball inside, he gets it. McCoy gets a foot in just to nick it. And Aldershot been really well just nicking the ball back on the transition today. Oh, Campbell's unlucky there. He just tried to stick out a leg and control the ball from Partington, but he just off balance, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he misjudged the flight of the ball.
So Mark Cooper, the Yeovil manager, is track-suited. Tommy Widrington is in a suit.
He has all the lads coming in suits today. We usually wear tracksuit, and he wanted us to wear smart gear.
Interesting, yeah. And that's another thing that probably comes under the banner of old school. But you're not allowed to use old school because he doesn't like it, so you've got to use good school.
Yep.
Here's Law cutting inside, finds Young. Young goes back to Maguire-Drew. Maguire-Drew out to Bevan, I think it is, who's well forward. No, it's not Bevan, but Yeovil send it in. It's headed away by Harfield. It was Worthington, sorry. And now it's picked up by the number 24, Charlie Cooper. And Yeovil, a good spell of possession. Ball through the middle. Worthington jumps, tries to get contact on it. And again, they've decided that Corey Jordan got contact on it, and it's gone behind for a corner. So I think it's the fourth corner the Shots have had to defend in this first half. So Yeovil, for a side supposedly down and out, beaten 4-0 by Gateshead, they've had their fair share of this first half.
Yeah, set piece wise, corners, like you say, fourth or fifth at least. Dealt with them well so far.
Okay, it'll be a right-footed in-swinging corner for Yeovil, and again the bus stop queue forming on the edge of the penalty area. It's always difficult to pick up because you don't know who's going to go which way and which one's going to be your runner. In it comes, very, very deep to the far post. Headed once, touched down, legs swinging away, trying to make contact. Eventually, Haji Minoga gets a foot on it. Tavern Campbell is battling away for it with Kiori Johnson. It's into touch, throw taken quickly, and the ball's picked up by Matt Worthington. Worthington finds Young. Young skips inside, plays the ball over the top, and Law gets there. He gets a foot on it, but sends the ball behind him. He turns and reacts well to it. Now we'll have a high whipped cross from Maguire-Drew. That's headed away by Harfield, only as far as Worthington, who manages to find Kiori Johnson, who's still well forward. He exchanges passes, and they go back to Charlie Cooper again. He'll play the ball out to the right hand side, and Worthington will get a cross in here. Partington heads it away. Cooper picks it up again puts it out to the right hand side. Worthington with the cross, headed away by Jordan, back in, couple of headed contacts missed, bounces off the back of Jordan, and then he heads it clear, and then Barham makes a good run to head it into touch. It's scrappy, it's not easy on the eye, this game, but it's never going to let up in its intensity.
No, I think Yeovil will be happy with this little spell. They've made a few good passes and getting a couple balls into our box, so that helped us.
Wild shot from distance from Jordan Young, bouncing around on the roof of the East Bank. Regular listeners will know I call that Chucky Eraben territory. A striker who once played against Aldershot and from about 12 yards managed to land one on that roof.
No, that's good for us, a little break. I think that was a good little spell by Yeovil. You know, it's probably a good minute or two of them in our final third, moving the ball, putting crosses in, putting us under pressure, and you know that kills the game for a minute and lets us reset.
Tell us a little bit, whatever you know at this point, about Tommy Widrington's assistant. I understand his name's Richard. It's the first time they've worked together. What's his background, do you know?
I'm really not sure, like I said, and even less because I haven't been in training. He's one I couldn't really comment on and say what I think he's about.
Ball through the middle for Young, and he is offside. He was through one-on-one, and he clips the ball over Ashby Hammond, and the irony that it comes back off the bar anyway.
These linos leave it really late now. For that moment there, I thought he was offside, but the linesmen weren't going to give it.
He very nearly broke the lines. Thankfully for Aldershot, he was offside.
Yeah, good 3-4 yards, good decision, but they make you panic now.
Yeah, it's the assistant manager of Aldershot all I can tell you is Richard. I've not seen any announcement about his surname, so I can't even look him up and see where he's come from. I know he's someone who's known Widrington a while, but they haven't worked together. They're in consultation now, actually, and he's made some notes, Richard, on his pad that he's sharing with Widrington. Ball forward, flicked on well by Barham, headed away by Staunton, headed on again, and then McCoy heads it into the path of Glover inside. Widrington tries a snapshot, claims a corner. Durkin says no way, that's a goal kick. It's the second effort of the afternoon for the shots in the 40th minute, and it was always going wide from Partington, but worth a go, I guess.
That's one he's really good at as well in training. You roll one back to him on the edge of the box, he just passes them into the corners. He's exceptional at that, so just wide of the target, side netting.
So 5 minutes plus whatever's added in this first half. Shots nil, Glovers nil. Minoga jumps and wins it. Lands awkwardly, but I think he's okay. The ball lands in touch. Widrington's in the ear of the assistant referee. I don't know why managers do that. I'm not having a go at Widrington, but anyway, we'll come back to that because we're going to update our listeners. Yeah, still 0-0, Joe. 40 minutes gone now. So 5 plus whatever's added, it'll be at least 3 or 4. I'm going to say Yeovil have probably shaded territory. They've certainly shaded set pieces. They've had a couple of free kicks, 4 or 5 corners at the East Bank end. Aldershot have defended them well, and Aldershot have had a couple of counter attacks where they've provided the only chances of the game so far. McCoy did well to get a shot in his. The ball on the edge of the area, shot comes in from Yeovil. It's loose and it's going to be cleared by McCoy. McCoy had that shot that was half cleared towards Campbell, who couldn't get a follow-up shot in, and Partington just shot slightly wide of the Yeovil goal. But it's a game that's high on intensity, short on quality. 4 minutes now, plus whatever's added for the first half. Shots nil, Glovers nil. Cross in from the right, headed away by Tyler Horden. Every time Aldershot clear the ball, it's coming back. That's happening more and more. Here's Jordan Young, edge of the area, treads on the ball, and Aldershot might be able to counter here with Ochieng, who's fouled by Maguire Drew. And it was just a foul. The referee having a word with him, he must have thought about a yellow there, because
that's a clever
that
foul.
was a team saving foul.
I think because it was almost in our third, that's why he's not booked him. But if Henry gets away there, we're 2v2, 3v3.
Exactly that, yeah. And the referee also, he's a human being, and have it in his mind that he's shown 2 yellows already in the first half. Referees don't like showing too many, do they, in the first half?
I think he's got away with one though at the same time. I think it's a bit lucky not to get a yellow there.
Where did you play your kids' football, Tyler? Where did you grow up?
Reading, I was there from the age of 9 to 20.
So probably somewhere through those ages knew the former assistant Aldershot manager Martin Cool, did you?
Yeah, he was my 23s manager for a couple of years actually.
Yeah, he's won this league with Gary Waddock. 101 points was the record at the time in 2007.
I didn't realise he was a part of that.
He was the assistant manager.
Never mentioned
it. He absolutely was. No, I mean that's probably because he played for Birmingham and Derby, so he probably wouldn't shout too much about his time with Aldershot.
That's a respectable achievement.
Excellent. It was a record points total at the time. It's a record points total that Wrexham have already gone by this season. I mean, it's been beaten since by Fleetwood and Crawley. It's 105. That record could go tomorrow. It could go today. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sure it will.
Stuart Griffiths tells me that Richard and Tommy Widrington played together at Southampton, in which case he might be able to tell me his surname as well. Richard Dryden. He knows Mark Cooper very well because he's been assistant to him on 4 separate occasions. Wow, he didn't know that. Aldershot's assistant manager has been assistant to Mark Cooper. Thank you very much indeed, Stuart. Appreciate that. York have equalised against Chesterfield. I'm pretty sure that Yeovil and Aldershot would rather see York beaten at Chesterfield today. A little bit like Dorking recently, and Gateshead, they've really started to collect points with a momentum that neither Aldershot or Yeovil have been able to. Free kick to Shots, halfway inside their own half. Ashby Hammond's forward out of his goal to take it.
He seems okay now.
He is fine, isn't he? Yeah. Clips it up towards Glover, the smallest man, who does get up and win the header. Campbell tries a back heel, comes off the Yeovil player. McCoy didn't need to make contact. It would have been an Aldershot throw, put his foot on it and it goes into touch. And McCoy, I thought, would be a bit too nousy to touch that ball, but he did, and he's given away the throw. So the effort's there, the passion's there, the intensity's there, the desire's there, but Aldershot are lacking in quality and composure. Throw is headed down by Glover to Barham. He finds McCoy, gives it back to Glover. Could get across in from the right hand side. He does. It's missed by a few people. Harfield's onto it, and he thought about a shot with his right foot, and he made a bit of contact, but I think it just took his eye off the ball. Meanwhile, he's out of position, and Worthington's coming down the right hand side for Yeovil. Taking on Cordner one-on-one. Shot comes in, it's blocked, and it breaks loose to Ashby Hammond. Looking on, I'm concerned about how easily and how often Yeovil are getting in, and that's a foul by Frecklington on Barham, but I'm equally impressed by how Aldershot have laid their bodies on the line and defended really well.
Yeah, their best chances at the moment have come on the counter-attack. We've had a chance, and then that's when they look at their most dangerous. But again, a set piece here where try and do better than, in the exact same position as last time really. Hopefully we can do a bit better than last time.
Richard Dryden was last at Barrow as assistant manager. He left a year or so ago as they were
4 at a time.
Yeah. We're going to have 4 odd minutes, which is pretty much what we thought. The 45 is up now. I had 44 minutes on the golden goal, so we can forget that one. I was a bit worried, to be honest, because I've got a bit of a thing about, not so much this season, but in previous seasons, Aldershot conceded a lot at that point. Here's Harfield clipping in the free kick, headed away as far as Worthington, who clears it forward up in the air. Harfield makes good contact, volleys it forward. Jordan heads it on. I think Staunton will win the next header. Oh, he heads it down to Cordner, who volleys it over the goal, over the community stand, over the fencing, and it bounces off the branch of the tree. But I don't blame him for having a swing, Tyler.
Didn't have to make it sound that bad.
Tell it like it is, good and bad. He got his eye on it well, and he swung well, but the contact was a little too good. If he was trying to score a drop goal, he'd have executed it perfectly.
He'd back himself in training to put that in the top corner as well.
He would. I mean, he had a volleyed effort in the last game, didn't he, down the East Bank end? And I know he was really disappointed because he fancied that. He's due another goal, is Tyler.
He wants to be top goal scorer now, Winnie's gone.
Well, he might well do. He heads that forward. McCoy helps it on. Barham's battling for him and doesn't take no for an answer.
Really well.
Drops the ball into the feet of Glover. Glover going past his man, tries to get the cross in, it's blocked. So well done. That little bit extra there from McCoy, the little bit extra from Barham, who had a great 2 or 3 chances to open his account for shots in that game at Southend, but Tyler showed him how to finish. Right, here's Partington. Back to Jordan. Jordan to Glover. Skips inside, tries a ball. It's a good one. And Tarvin Campbell jumps, but he couldn't get any real purchase on it. Staunton felt Campbell was holding him and shrugs his shoulders. He thinks he should have had a free kick. The ball's in touch. On we go. Relentless stuff. Into the second of a minimum of 4 added minutes. Staunton can only flick that on into the path of Glover, but it's given as a free kick to Yeovil, and Glover needs to be careful too because he's thrown the ball away. And
I was just thinking there.
If the referee's watching, that's a booking. Cut out the silly bookings. There you go. You can pass it on if you go in the rest of half time. Gateshead 2, Scunthorpe 0. Gateshead are not waiting for no man right now. They're heading for a 5th consecutive win. They've scored a 15th goal. Good battling here from Worthington, who's moved on to his own pass on the left-hand side. Comes back to Maguire-Drew. Cross comes in from him. It's over everybody, and it will drift out of touch. Throw into Aldershot in the left-back position. Here's Tyler.
Half, shouldn't it, now?
Cross, yeah, it's virtually there. Half-time, Oldham 1, Altrincham 0. Halifax 0, Wrexham 1. I missed that goal. We'll have a look at that in a minute. 1-0 Notts County against Wealdstone, and 1-0 Solihull Moors against Maidenhead. 1-0 Barnet against Bromley. So many of the home sides 1-0 up this afternoon. I'll look at those scores again in the half-time break. But now Aldershot have a throw in the left-back position. Harfield takes it forward. It's won by Yeovil in the air. Partington tries to bring it down, but he's lost out to Jordan Young. Young skipped inside Harfield to the edge of the penalty area. Tries a shot. It's blocked by Cordner, only as far as Johnson. He tries to get the cross in. That comes off of Partington, and it's Yeovil, the Glovers, who are finishing this half in the ascendancy here. Goalless at the EBB Stadium. And Aldershot just need to get through now to half-time and get fresh instruction from the new manager, Tommy Widrington, and his assistant, Richard Dryden. Throw-ins taken, back to Worthington, ball around the corner, offside claim, nothing given, into the area, cleared away by McCoy. It's into touch, it's another throw for Yeovil. Mark Cooper's got to be delighted with his team's first half performance, bouncing back with those 5 changes from that 4-0 defeat at Gateshead in the week. All 3 results here very much still possible, but goalless as we head towards the break. Yeovil still haven't taken a throw. They've taken an age to take it. Now they do. Aldershot have won it with Campbell. He plays it up the left-hand side. It's into touch. The referee's had enough. I mean, when Yeovil are in an attacking position and take nearly a minute to take a throw, what does that tell you about their confidence, Tyler?
Yeah, I think they're just, I think both teams are just looking to get to half-time without conceding. Probably the smart option at that time in the game.
Okay. So half-time here, and noticeably Aldershot Town jog off the pitch and the Yeovil players walk off. I always prefer to see the team jog off. That's a discipline that I don't think it's even a Tommy Widrington one. Joe always makes sure the players do that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he leads by example. He's always jogging off, isn't he? And then most people just follow, do you know what I mean?
Word in from Mike Brown, who says thank you very much, Tyler. Nice insights from you on his commentary debut, or certainly his Aldershot Town commentary debut. Just try and sum up that first half for us, Tyler. Frantic, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a slow start, I think, from both sides. Couple minutes we lost by people being head injuries and stuff like that. I think middle of the half there was a spell where it was frantic end to end, and I think they settled into the last 15 minutes better than we did. Had a few good possessions in and moving the ball with crosses that we had to deal with, and in fairness we've dealt with them really well. On the other hand, we have had a couple, probably the best chance with Josh, great save from their keeper, so if you look at it in that sense, we've had the best chance of the game, but the last 10 minutes they look more likely with the balls in the box, but nothing that's threatened Luca's goal.
I think as McCoy gathered that ball, you could see he was being forced wide, but he drove his shot in low, hard towards the bottom corner, and Smith just got that slight contact, didn't he?
Yeah, no, it was good. Probably what I should have done against Halifax here, across the goal like that. If I'd have hit it like that, I probably would have scored. So he's done the right thing, but the keeper's pulled off an excellent save. Sometimes you just got to hold your hands up and say, good save from the goalkeeper is what he's there to do.
Good stuff. We'll update our radio listeners very shortly with the half-time report, but for now, that's it from me and Tyler Frost. And Tyler will rejoin us for the second half. Entirely up to you if you want to stretch your legs or stay or whatever. Yeah. Cheers, Tyler. Just be back in about 10 minutes if you can.
Do you want a drink or anything?
No, I'm okay. Thank you very much, though. I appreciate it. Very nice of Tyler Frost to offer me some refreshment there. Right. Looking at the other games today, I think we're going to update our radio listeners now. It is indeed, actually, and that's probably indicative of the lack of quality both teams have got going forward. Aldershot's passing and movement's been good, but they still don't have that focal point up to really hold the ball up and bring the whole team into play. So it's pockets, it's moments, and it's not been good enough really. McCoy got through on the right-hand side, dragged his shot across, might have just been heading in the corner, but Grant Smith got the slightest of contact on it, and Tarvin Campbell was well placed but couldn't get his shot away. It was blocked. Partington's pass just wide of the post. There any real clear-cut efforts? I'm struggling to think of a clear-cut effort from Yeovil, even though Yeovil have had more of the ball, more of the territory and more set pieces. That's probably a sign of just how low in confidence they are. But I think they've shaded the first half of the visitors, and I think there's a bit of work here, Joe, for the new shots manager Tommy Widrington to do at half-time. Everything still to play for in this huge 6-pointer, as they like to call it, which is worth, what, 3 points? You know what I'm saying.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Back on the Aldershot Divisional Football Association has been in existence since the 1894 and has a proud local heritage. We've taken stage 5 of our interseason cup finals at the Stadium, and we're grateful to Aldershot Town for their support in this. Also within our organisation, we have a Service to Football Award to persons who have given at least 20 years service to local.
Fair enough, though. Do you want to sit or do you want to stand?
I'll stand. Mike Gardner and Officer John Marchman
That's the one, yeah.
To an individual who has devoted 50 years to both Aldershot football.
Right, listeners, I hope you're sitting comfortably. I gave you a couple of minutes' notice that the Aldershot Town non-league paper reporter and former media manager for Aldershot Town, Steve Gibbs, has joined me for a couple of minutes. Steve, we were due to call the game together, but we've had a little reshuffle in the commentary box just so you can support BBC Somerset with theirs. It's been a crazy week, even for this football club, hasn't it? Just what do you make of it all?
Yeah, it has been a crazy week, and I'm sure we've not heard the last of it. I think the bottom line, I welcome Tommy Widrington. I think he's got a good track record. I think he's the sort of manager that Aldershot Town should be looking at. Someone who will come in and take control of the dressing room and hopefully get the most out of his players. The way it's happened, the way the news broke on Saturday evening and continued through to Sunday, I'm not entirely sure about it. It leaves something of a bitter taste in the mouth, the way that Kings Lynn Town have alleged Aldershot Town went about their business, and I don't think for one second that Aldershot Town first thought of Tommy Widrington as manager when he resigned in the aftermath of the 1-0 win at Chorley last weekend, which still seems strange. Kings Lynn won 1-0 at Chorley. That's about a 4-hour journey back to North Norfolk. An injury time winner. So the joy of that moment, quite whether Tommy thought that was the right time and place to resign when he's got to sit for 4 hours on the team bus back home to Kings Lynn. It all feels a little bit like it was premeditated from Aldershot Town, and certainly for Kings Lynn to feel this strongly about it, to involve their lawyers, I certainly don't think we've heard the last of this, and I hope that Aldershot Town have got their own facts in place. It's worrying that even in his programme notes this afternoon, Shahid Azim doesn't really address the issue. If Aldershot Town feel like they've got no case to answer, then why not come out and say so?
Yeah, I agree. I think that's very nicely put. There are slightly differing versions out there about what happened. As I understand it, Tommy made the decision on the day to resign. He said that it wasn't premeditated. Even his own son, who was in the team that day, didn't know that he was going to do it. Apparently he pulled the chairman after the game and said, I can't do this anymore. And then the following day he joined Aldershot. In the Kings Lynn chairman Stephen Cleave's version, that initial conversation was, I'm leaving, I'm going to join Aldershot. And there's a slight difference between those two versions. Yeah. And so there's a little bit he said, she said, isn't there?
There is, yeah, and I'm sure this is a conversation between Aldershot Town and Tommy Widrington, which didn't begin on Saturday night or Sunday morning. Tommy was probably one of those managers in consideration after Mark Molesley left. So the contact has been there, the connection has been made. But football management can be a grubby business at the best of times. It does feel, whatever the rights and wrongs and ins and outs of it, it does feel like there's more to it than meets the eye. But yeah, I think
is the risk
and the timing of the announcement as well, the way the announcement was put out, it almost felt like an obligation rather than a positive announcement. It was, and the media-wise, a managerial change is usually conducted in two stages: the departure and then the appointment. This was one single short statement which just said Ross has been relieved of his duties and Tommy Widrington will take charge of first team affairs. That's not a managerial announcement by any stretch, and it did almost feel like a little bit too timid, almost an apology of, well, we're fulfilling our obligations here rather than celebrating the appointment of the man that we believe will take us forward.
Yeah, I mean, you and I are not legal experts, but we do understand that what is clear is that Tommy Widrington has said if any compensation is due, it's on him personally and not Aldershot Town. And so if that is the basis in which Shahid has employed him, then that would suggest that Aldershot are not liable. But equally, you don't get many cases like this in football, where people who are, and as I understand it, Widrington was contracted for next season as well, so it's not as if he's just brought about a few weeks end to he's left somewhere a week early. And of course he's served no notice as well.
No.
I think, reading between the lines, Widrington feels that he may be liable to not having worked his notice. But anyway, we have to move. Things move on very quickly in football. Yes. And what Widrington needs to do, and to a certain extent the fans, the players, everybody else needs to do, is focus now on the job that is taking place right now, which is this game, which is huge, isn't it, Steve?
It's absolutely huge. I'm sure everybody here from Aldershot Town perspective said that Gateshead a couple of weeks ago was a must-win. We all know how that game ended. This afternoon is, bottom line,
a must not lose for Aldershot, a must win for Yeovil, basically.
Yeah, well, yes, but to put any doubts to an end, to end Aldershot Town's abject home form, it is a must-win for Aldershot Town. Yes, must not lose, but to put things to bed for me, I think to not give Yeovil or Torquay any semblance of optimism, Aldershot Town need to win.
Absolutely.
But the way they've performed in the first half has been more of the same, I'm afraid. It's been meek, it's been mild, it's been lacking in cohesion. For me, Yeovil are the livelier team, the team looking more likely to score. Yes, they haven't got any quality in attack by any stretch beyond Matt Worthington, but if they build enough pressure, the chances are they might score, and then Aldershot Town will be looking over their shoulder with even more concern, and Yeovil will be getting even closer in that rearview mirror, which they cannot afford going to Eastleigh on Easter Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. I concur with all of that. I think Aldershot still have a problem really holding the ball up and bringing the whole team into play. So consequently, they're losing out with territory, they're losing out with possession, set pieces. And even a team like Yeovil, if they get enough corners and free kicks, and I say that with the greatest respect, are quite capable of, it could even end up being an own goal. If just percentages say, if you keep putting the ball in the right places. But ironically, it's Aldershot who've had the two kind of half chances, Partington shooting wide and McCoy, who did really well to get his effort, and Smith just got a little bit of contact on it. So big half time for Tommy Widrington.
It is, yeah. It's a test of his managerial credentials, how much of an impact he can have so soon. I think a decisive team selection, playing two up front. I think that's a good decision and will be welcomed by a lot of the supporters. Unfortunately, they've not really looked like a partnership yet. Barham and Campbell have looked like lone strikers playing in tandem rather than a partnership.
Yeah.
And yes, of course, that's going to take time to develop. But Aldershot Town need to find a way to create chances and take chances, and they need to find it fast.
It's a frenetic paced game, but the quality's poor, isn't it? And
it is.
And so Aldershot, who've been led out to the second half now by Joe Partington, so we'll let Steve sort of get back to his BBC Somerset duties. But Steve, good to speak to you as always.
Thank you, Rob.
Okie doke, that's Steve Gibbs, the former Aldershot Town media manager, who's now going back to take up his position alongside Sheridan Robbins for the BBC Somerset commentary. And I'll shortly be rejoined by Tyler Frost to call the second half for BBC Surrey, and here on National League TV. And the Aldershot team are out. Yeovil are still inside at the moment. We wait for their reappearance. You all set? You back with us, Tyler?
Yep, fully back.
Nice one, that's good. Were you brave enough to venture in the dressing room or not?
No, I wasn't, unfortunately. Sorry to the viewers or anyone who wanted that inside information.
No, there will be no inside information. It's okay, I have to go to my secret cameras. And
I
it's okay.
think it would have been a bit unprofessional. Let the gaffer speak to the boys that are on the field. Full time I'll probably go in there and have a listen. Hopefully it's good news, a positive result, and then it's all joy in the changing room.
Talking to Steve Gibbs there, who's the former media manager at Aldershot Town, who's joining the Somerset commentary team, and he's writing the non-league papers report on this. He kind of felt that Yeovil have been the better side. They've had more of the ball. They put more balls into the air. Aldershot have defended well, but they need to do something to. The percentage would almost be, the law of averages would be, if Yeovil put the ball into the box as many times in the second half as they did the first half, they might well score a goal.
No, and I wouldn't argue with his comment there. I'd probably say that's kind of spot on. We'd rather not be defending our box as much as we've had to. I think if I was a manager, I can only go. I didn't go in the change rooms, I wouldn't say, but I think the gaffer would definitely be saying we need a little bit more quality higher up the pitch. But not that we need a little bit more. We definitely need more quality higher up the pitch.
Yeah.
And in that, when you get that higher up the pitch, it would stop them attacking our box as much. So
yeah, it's all effort, but it's just not a coordinated effort. And of course, we understand that. Listeners watching on, you've got already a pretty young team, a team that's trying to find its feet again, that are now trying to do it under the stewardship of a new manager. So
Gaffer came in the other day and said, do you guys know the average age of your team? And it's 24. That's extremely young in this league, or in most leagues probably. So
and it's probably only beginning. It's only 24 because McCoyd's playing today. I mean, there's been a lot of weeks when he has 1 or 2 weeks when McCoyd and Partington were both missing.
Yeah, if they're both missing, it's probably around 21, 22.
Yeah,
but,
crazy.
No, the gaffer believes in us. He's made that pretty obvious, and it isn't all going to click overnight, but we're in a position where we do need it to start clicking as soon as possible.
Okay, that's Tyler Frost rejoining me, Rob Worrell. You listen to BBC Radio Surrey Sport or watching National League TV. We're about to get the second half underway. The shots in the home kit of red shirts, white shorts and blue socks, attacking right to left towards the East Bank end. Quick-headed winner from Owen Bevan, and Cordner will fire the next ball up towards Tarvin Campbell. Bevan beats him again in the air. Worthington bounces off of Harfield and goes down a little bit awkwardly. The ball's in touch. Worthington is just on his all fours at the moment. Let's give you the teams as they line up. Luca Ashby-Hammond in goal for the shots. So, it's Cordner, Minoga and Jordan left to right, the back three, with Ollie Harfield the left wing back, Ryan Glover the right wing back. Partington, Ochieng and McCoyd in midfield, with Campbell and Barham up top. Here is McCoyd, central, 40 yards out, drifts it out to the right hand side to Glover, who feigns the overlapping pass to Jordan. It ends up deflecting and coming out to Jordan. In comes the cross, it's headed away by Kiori Johnson, who just wanted it that little bit more than the shots players. His corner down the middle, tries a through ball, but it's cut out. Aldershot have lost it. They'll pick it up now. Kingsland, beg your pardon, I've got Tommy Widrington on the brain. Yeovil, and it's in touch for a throw to Aldershot just inside their own half. Can't spot any changes to Aldershot's shape for the second half, can you?
No, I don't believe there is, but we've in Reesgate, well, since I've signed, we've been better at home in the second half, so hopefully we can do that again today.
That's a good point.
I think going towards that East Bank, like you said, you can just see it on your attacks, and when you go into attack and they all, you get that gasp of air and everyone rises, you see it.
And that moment you're still waiting for, your first shots goal at home, of course. You scored at Southend and you scored at Dagenham, didn't you?
Yeah, late on against Dagenham. Disappointing to score in a situation like that where it doesn't mean anything.
But the one at Southend did.
The one at Southend meant so much.
Here's Campbell battling away for the ball against Owen Bevan, who does well, clears forward. Cordner just puts his hands briefly on Linton, and McCoyd picks up the loose ball, turns it round the corner for Barham. It hasn't quite come off there, and Bevan plays it in, looking for Maguire Drew. Little ball round the corner for him, looking for Young. Ochieng almost fouls him, but rides the challenge. Partington gets in the right place at the right time. Ochieng is fouled as he plays the ball forward by Jordan Young, and Young, referee wants a word with Young. It's just as well because Ochieng put his pass into touch.
Yeah.
I think ref's just going to have a word with Young, is he? No, the yellow card is out again. He loves the yellow card. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to bring his stats up, so if any of our regular listeners want to look that up and ping it over to me, that would be good.
Could maybe feel a little bit hard done by, but it was late, so.
It was late, yeah. Apologies, listeners, for not doing my normal levels of research. Blame that on our friend, the M25. 3 hours and 10 minutes. It was
manic today, apparently, wasn't it?
3 hours and 10 minutes to get here from Cambridgeshire, where I live today. It's a 100-mile round trip. Normally takes an hour and 45, but
Great
on we
commitment.
go. Ashby-Hammond with the ball forward. Staunton wins it, but it breaks to Glover, who gets his cross in, deflects, and Aldershot have got themselves. Oh, is it the first corner of the game, Tyler? I can't remember one.
Yeah, no, I believe it is.
Yeah, it'll be up at the East Bank end, and we are 48 and a half minutes in here. Aldershot desperate to get that first goal. So too, of course, are Yeovil. And if Aldershot can get it relatively early on in the second half, you might see some of the life disappear out of Yeovil, because they've on a wretched run. They got beaten away 4-0 in the week, and If you haven't heard the manager Mark Cooper's post-match interviews from midweek, go look it up when you get a moment. If that's not a beaten man and a beaten team, I don't know, but they're not a beaten team out here this afternoon. They're still in this. Corner is in from Harfield. Corner
it's
up,
in.
header
Yes!
off the bar and in. We said he was due a goal. He's got the goal. Tyler Cordner, Aldershot Town 1, Yeovil 0.
Come on, get in there, Tyler. Oh,
Yeah.
Great delivery from Ollie. I think our first good delivery from a set piece, and you got someone like Tyler Cordner in the box, and he's proven it all season. He can score goals, and if we put it on him like we did in that situation, there it is. Come on, the shots.
It was a strong header from about 12 yards out from Tyler Cordner, and then you saw it hit the bar. And when it hit the bar, you thought, oh no, it's going to be one of those Aldershot Town moments, it's going to rebound to safety, but it didn't. It bounced down and over the line, and the Shots have the lead. They have a precious lead in the 50th minute here, and the excitement around the ground is palpable. The Shots have struck the first blow. We said Tyler Cordner was due another goal, and he's got it, Tyler.
Massive, absolutely massive. That could be huge for us this season, and hopefully now, you know, going that way as well, the crowd will get behind the team. Let's pick up on that and more positive from here.
Here's Ochieng turning the ball around the corner to Barham, who plays it down the line. Staunton will get there first, and he clears to touch. I think Aldershot, to be fair, this is the one prediction I made. If Aldershot went behind, the side would have the youth and the character to bounce back. But my concern for Yeovil, if they go down, let's just watch how they respond in the next 10 minutes.
Well, I can already see a couple of the
heads
back
drop,
four,
yeah.
you know, they're shouting at each other, you know, it's disorganised, but sometimes you need to give that to get yourself going again. Like, I wouldn't write them off yet, definitely not.
And I was brave enough to predict a 1-0 win for Aldershot today. That is now the score, but there is still 39 minutes to go. Referee has given the free kick, got over to Campbell, he's having a word in his ear, which might be saving Campbell from getting himself a booking. Fair play to the ref if that is the case.
Yeah, no, I definitely think we shouldn't sit back now and, you know, just protect this 1-0 lead. We just have to get at them again and go and get that second goal.
I think so. I think it's hit them when they're down, isn't it? That's got to be the... So the first goal of Tommy Widrington's tenor in charge of Aldershot has been scored, and I'll repeat myself very shortly because we're going to tell our radio listeners now. Joe, you've missed by 2 minutes the first goal of Tommy Widrington's tenure in charge of Aldershot Town. And it's come from who else but Mr. Ever Reliable Tyler Cordner, the England C international. Got up for Ollie Harfield's corner, thumping header from about 12 yards, and then, Joe, it hit the bar. But it bounced down and over the line in a very un-Aldershot-like moment. The luck went the way of those in red and blue, and now they have to look and try and build on that. But they've struck the first blow in a game that's huge for both sides. Aldershot Town 1, Yeovil 0. OK, Yeovil have got possession. Ball down the middle, should go all the way through to Ashby Hammond. It's an important 10 minutes, Tyler. I don't know if you've heard this or looked at it, or Ross looked at it, or Tommy's picked it up, but Aldershot's record this season when scoring a goal, we've conceded within the next 5 to 10 minutes so many times. A lot of this was before you came along,
no,
but it's an emotive
as well.
Yeah, it's an emotive time, isn't
and
it?
Gateshead, we scored early on in those games, and within 10 minutes we were 1-0, and then Gateshead 2-1 down. So it can this scoreline's dangerous. It can easily be turned around in an instant. You know, one goal and then they're on the front foot. So, you know, we really need to kill this game off now. That second goal is going to be massive for us.
Exactly. Go hunting for it. And here hunting for the ball is McCoy, who is brought down on the right wing by Staunton.
Good from Josh.
We'll wait and see whether that's going to be Josh taking down Josh there. Meanwhile, we've got Tyler comment. Yeah, it is another yellow card. He loves those yellow cards.
I think that was a yellow. You know, he gets out of his feet and he puts a cross in and he stopped it. So it's probably the right decision again, though.
So from Josh on Josh to Tyler on Tyler. I see what I've done there. Tyler Frost and Rob Worrell waxing lyrical about Tyler Cordner's... Oh, I've lost count. Is it 7? I think
actually,
it might
that
be.
makes him joint top goal scorer with Justin now.
It does, on 8 goals for the season. Well, I know Justin's on 8, so I'll go with
7
the 8.
in the league.
7 in the league, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry, I was going off league goals.
Yeah, I think Justin may have one in a cup. So 7 league goals each. And Justin on the bench today. I'm not sure whether just not picked in Witherington's first 11 or whether he's not 100% fit. Any clues on that one?
No, not too sure.
Not sure. Okay. I'll tell you what, it'd be good to have him come on in the last 20 minutes if he is fit.
I could see him making a real impact in this game. If the ball gets put in behind him with his pace late on, he could be the guy that goes and makes it 2-0.
Free kick then to the shots. Wide of the penalty area on the right-hand side. I think it'll be Harfield favourite to whip it in left-footed.
Another good delivery, please.
An in-swinger. Glover steps up, fakes, in it comes from Harfield. Corner's up there again. Comes off the head of Josh Staunton and goes behind. It'll be a corner. And this is what you want. Having got the goal, get back on the front foot. Go and get a second, yeah?
Just keep applying just keep applying the pressure.
That's it. Easy for you to say. To be fair, you were trying to take a sip and drink.
No.
Right, Harfield's come over to the north stand side to take this corner at the East Bank end. So
this is so much better though. Look, we're having now the 3-4 corners and we've made one pay off. So
yeah, exactly. And there's a better atmosphere in the ground as far as Aldershot supporters are concerned. A lot of tension amongst the Yeovil faithful, but it is only one goal. They're still in it. Harfield is going to take a left-footed out swinger here. The usual suspects are lined up in a bit of a bus stop queue. Corner. Jordan. Partington's up there. He's a little bit nearer the near post. And it comes.
Yes.
Headed away by Staunton. I'm not going to apologise, by the way, for Tyler. His celebrations. He did ask me. I said, you can do it, but do it off mic. But I think you'll have picked it up on the sound effects mic. No, absolutely. It's a big moment for the supporters and it's a big moment for the players. And you are an Aldershot Town player, so enjoy it. Like I say, we'll keep it professional. Pull the microphone away a little bit, but you enjoyed celebrating that one.
No, yeah, there's a massive goal for the whole club. You can hear it in the stadium, you know, for the manager, the whole team out there. And me on the sidelines, I want us to win more than anything, you know. Security in this league is the main priority, whether you're playing or not playing. Good
hold-up play from Tarvin Campbell, finds McCoy. McCoy out to the right-hand side. Can Glover keep it in? Yes, he can. He's up against his man one-on-one. Can he get across? And in it comes. It's met at the near post and cleared away. But McCoy's taken it down. Tries a volley. That cannons off a Yeovil player. Only goes as far as Glover. Glover down to the byline. Can he get his cross in? He does. Off the Yeovil player. Another corner to the shots, and they're looking to turn the screw. 56.25 minutes gone, and Yeovil are going to respond with a double change. You're going to have to be careful how I say one of them. Scott Pollock is coming on, the number 33. And I think I can see an 8, which means that the 28, Callum Harriott. They're the players coming on for Yeovil. And we'll have a look at the other scores in just a moment as well. But corner to the shots. Harfield to take at the East Bank end. 1-0 up. In comes the ball. Headed away again. Staunton. He's a ball magnet, isn't he? He's on the end of everything. Only as far as Haji Minoga, who tries to put a ball out to the right-hand side. But well done, the pace of Ochieng. He had more running than Maguire Drew there, who was very slow to get to that ball that was probably 50-50. Ball played forward, cut out by Yeovil. It's frantic at both ends. Corey Jordan's got the ball on halfway. He's still up there. Yeovil scything in, ball towards Campbell. He can't quite get on it. Corey Johnson will touch it back to the keeper, Grant Smith, who was obviously beaten by that header from corner. The crossbar looked to have come to his rescue temporarily, but it didn't. It went in, and eventually Aldershot now clear to touch, throw into Yeovil on halfway. The goal coming, I think, in the 49th minute. And they're going to have that double substitution. So before we say who's come off, Notts County have doubled their lead against Wealdstone. You've got some other scores as well, Tyler.
Yeah, well, for us, Halifax have just scored against Wrexham.
That's good.
But for us in this scrap, Torquay have taken the lead against Eastleigh. And also York have taken the lead against Chesterfield. So they're both, you know, we're now only 6 points above the drift with the scorelines the way they are, not 8.
Absolutely. Good stuff. It's Tyler Frost, a man of many talents. Mostly they're on the football pitch. Today they're on the microphone and on his phone, which has got better data than me, I think. Okay, throw in to Yeovil. Young came off. I missed the other substitution. Let's just get clarification.
Coming off number 11 Jordan Young and number 16 Ryan Law, being replaced by number 28 Callum Harriott and number 33 Scott Pollock.
Harriott and Pollock on for Young and Law. Here's Campbell turning the ball round to towards Barham, who couldn't quite get his foot on it. How those two guys will be desperate to get their first goal in an Aldershot Town shirt as soon as
would be
possible.
really good to see them two get on the score sheet today.
Yeah, absolutely. That's got to be the on the wish list. 3 points first and foremost. A clean sheet from here on in will bring Shots 3 points today. Ball down the line. Cordner can shepherd it. It's not enough pace on it for it to go behind for a goal kick. Clears it forward. Cooper, who's removed his headband in the second half, gets some contact on it. Up towards that man, Harriet. And Yeovil, Aldershot clear it forward, only as far as Maguire drew. Exchanges passes with Cooper, tries the ball down the left channel, headed away by Jordan. One in the air by Cooper. It's going to come back to Jordan again, and Jordan will clear it right-footed up towards halfway, where the ball will fall nicely for McCoy. He looks to thread in Barham, but the pass isn't good enough. It's easily cut out by Freckleton. Ball over the top. Haji Minoga takes it brilliantly on his chest and volleys it forward. Barham will chase. It's shepherded out by Freckleton into touch. Scrappy. It's going to be exactly an hour gone. Ebbsfleet 3, Oxford City 0. And I don't normally give National League South scorelines out, but there's a reason. If Ebbsfleet avoid defeat today, they are promoted to the National League. And I happen to know the trophy is down there. Congratulations to them. They need to concede 4 goals in half an hour not to win the league right now. Ebbsfleet will be back in this division next season. Will these teams be in this division next season? Will one of them be in this division next season? At the moment, it's advantage Aldershot. Here's Partington, ball into the feet of Barham. Barham's got Glover running down the right-hand side. There's only Tarvin Campbell in the middle. He's still running with it. Edge of the penalty area. Looks to pull it across. It's cut out. Goes behind. It's another corner to the Shots. And I think they've evened up the corner tally now in just the first 15-16 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, you can sense the pressure. I think in the last 5 minutes they settled it a little bit, but back with another corner, so hopefully we'll see what happens here.
There has been a shift in momentum, not just with the goal, but the territory, the possession. And Yeovil had the ascendancy really more in the first half, but the Shots no doubt dominated the opening 15 minutes of the second half. They lead 1-0 thanks to that 49th minute goal from the head of Tyler Cordner. Here's the corner from Harfield, whipped in, headed away by Staunton again. That is unbelievable. All 4 corners he's headed away, no matter where the delivery's been. Harfield shepherding the ball out. No, he's got it in, tries to get it inside. It's broken down, the attack, and Worthington's coming forward on the left channel. Harfield comes back, puts the ball into touch. There's certain players in this division that literally always get their head on the ball. Callum Reynolds is one, Josh Staunton's another. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here is Yeovil on the attack. Poor touch from the substitute Harriet, and it goes all the way through to Ashby Hammond. Longstaff has scored for Notts County. He has broken the National League / Conference goal scoring record. Congratulations to him.
It's phenomenal.
And meanwhile,
those numbers are just different gear, aren't they?
They are absolutely crazy. And of course, when we last checked, well done Dorking Wanderers, by the way. Dorking have taken the lead against Woking. Dorking 1, Woking 0 at Meadowbank. So the trend is towards the home sides today. Here's the play back underway, and it's into touch, I think. Is it from Yeovil? No, it's just kept in play. Jordan heads it back down. McCoy jumps. The ball lands at the feet of Ryan Glover, who I voted for in the Aldershot Town Player of the Month award. Very nearly voted for the man sat to the right of me. It was close. Ball into the air. It's cut out by Yeovil. Staunton will head it clear again, only as far as Partington. He chests it down into the path of Barham. Barham squares it, and this time Staunton, 100% reliable with his head, is not quite as reliable on his left foot. Skews it behind. A corner to the Shots.
On another note, Torquay have made it 2-0 against Eastleigh, so excuse me, like they're going to take a victory today.
Who's that, sorry?
Torquay 2-0 against Eastleigh.
2-0 up against Eastleigh. Aldershot play on Monday, and the crowd 2,896, and I'm sorry I missed the Yeovil number of supporters, but we know it's in that region of 500 or so. An excellent attendance this afternoon. Here's the corner for the shots taken by Harfield, headed away by Yeovil, and they'll clear it on again, but they've got everybody back, so it'll go to Minoga, and Minoga out to the right hand side where it's taken nicely by Harfield. Beautiful first touch. In comes the corner, the cross, headed away again by Yeovil. Maguire Drew lifts the ball over the top. Malachi Lincoln will chase. He's going one-on-one against Haji Minoga. Plays the ball down the line. Worthington squares it, and it's turned in. Yeovil have equalised, Joe, as you join us. And it's the substitute on the counter-attack, Callum Harriott, with the goal in the 65th minute. The shots had come out. They got that first goal in the 49th minute from Tyler Cordner, and they'd been totally and utterly in the ascendancy. They'd forced 4 corners, but Yeovil have countered. They've levelled, and after 65 minutes, Joe, it's back to square one. Aldershot Town 1, Yeovil 1.
Yeah, no, it looked dangerous from the start. You know, we had control of the ball across, and it's a quick counter-attack, and it looked dangerous all the way. You got to say a very good counter-attack, but something we would love to have tried to have stopped. We've got to get our heads back up now. We've got to go again and seek that second goal, which we're seeking for anyway. Absolute shock to the system there, but Worthington calm in possession at the byline, just squaring it for the substitute. And now Aldershot are going to make a substitute themselves, and we are going to see Justin Amaluza has come on, and I didn't catch who went off. Joe Partington, who's not quite at full fitness at the moment, so I think he also clashed with Luca in that goal. They were both down for a second, and he's limping round the side of the pitch now, so hopefully nothing too serious, but they did clash for the goal. It's literally a tap in for that man, Callum Harriott. What a goal that is for him. Played and at a top level. Yeovil. And Aldershot have got to somehow go again, and Yeovil had not looked like scoring in the whole game, particularly not in the second half, but they say so many goals are scored on the transition. It's the end of Joe Partington's afternoon. He's a little knock on that knee, which is already troubling him, and he's double gutted, isn't he, because he's had to come off and because the shots have conceded. And now Malachi Linton's chasing this ball out to the right hand side. It'll be a throw to Yeovil. And I just, you know, sometimes in football things happen when you least expect them, and that is one of them. It was a really good attack. Like, it come out of nowhere. Kind of the first half, really, their best attacks came from our loose attacks, and probably another one of them situations, but they've capitalised on that one. It's really important now we, you know, pick our heads up, and we can't drop here. They've got to go again. Amaluza will hopefully give them some fresh inspiration. But meanwhile, Yeovil are back in the room. They're back in the game. Harfield pokes it into touch. And all of a sudden, Yeovil, who've been down week after week, have gone down and got back level on this occasion. And now they're lifted. Lovely 1-2. Look, Worthington's going to get another cross in. That will deflect off of corner. And now Yeovil have got themselves a corner. And that makes that game down at Plainmoor even more important now, because regardless of what Yeovil do, Torquay are heading for a 3rd win on the trot. Dorking are heading for a 4th win on the trot. It's unbelievable. It's the silly season. The teams in the bottom 4 are finding wins from all over the place. Corner to Yeovil. In it comes to the far side. Staunton gets his head on it again, and it goes behind. But he just really reconfirms what I've said about his head being a ball magnet. Yeah, he leaped up really well there, to be fair to him, and just off target. Michael Class is going to come on for shots as well, and I suspect it's going to be for the other experienced player in the Aldershot Town team, Josh McCoy. He's gone down, and Aldershot Town now 1-0 up, pegged back to 1-1, and now they're probably going to lose their 2 most experienced players, Partington and McCoy. Fair to say, Tyler, is not going to script. And no, they're not the 2 you'd want to come off one after the other straight after we've just conceded. You know, they're probably the 2 players that have been through situations like this. Potentially, I'm not too sure, but they're the 2 with the most experience that you'd hope could lead through a situation like this and get the boys going again. But, you know, now the young lads have got to take it in their own hands and drive through and either finish the game like this at worst case scenario or go and get the winning goal. That's Tyler Frost, out injured at the moment. He'll be joined on the treatment table by Joe Partington and, by the looks of it, Josh McCoy, who's raced his run. He's walking off a little bit gingerly.
Looks like, yeah, it's the end of his game. The way he's walking is off suggests it might not be the end of his season. Any half-decent injury now, 5-6 games to go, and that's it, isn't it, really?
We're so near the end now. It's the last push, isn't it? 3.5 weeks?
Yeah, 3.5 weeks. The season will end on Saturday, the 29th of April, here at the EBB. The Shots are at home on that afternoon. I can't think who the opposition is. Altrincham. Thank you very much for helping me out there. Anticipating what I needed there at that very moment. I know the last away game, the Saturday before, is at York, and the league don't really want any midweek games going on that midweek, do they?
No,
so,
we've obviously we got our rearranged game against Wealdstone, is it, the Tuesday before the York? So,
yeah, that's the 18th, I believe, that one. And that kick-off on the final Saturday of the season, the 29th, is 5:30. All the games kicking off at 5:30 that afternoon. So if you're thinking of coming to that one, be aware of that change. Here's Jordan going back to Ashby Hammond. We've got 20 minutes and 20 seconds left. Here's Campbell battling for a second after Harfield is adjudged to have fouled Kiori Johnson, who says, thank you very much, I'll bomb into that place. Harfield can't believe the free kick, but he's not going to get any joy. This riff isn't going to change his mind. Save your energy, get back in to position. Shots 1, Glovers 1. Ball over the top from Yeovil. Should be easy for Cordner to deal with. He does get it under control, and he's having his shirt pulled by Kiori Johnson. He goes back to Ashby Hammond. Good kick from him, just into the Yeovil half. Guess who's going to win it in the air? Yep, Josh Staunton. Ball bounces loose. Class pokes it into touch. Throw in to Yeovil. The good thing about this, neither side want a draw today. It's not really any good for either of them, is it?
No, but on the other hand, it'd
be better than a defeat.
Yeah, it would probably suit us better than it would suit them.
Yeah, it would keep the distance to Yeovil, but Torquay are on the march right now. They're heading for a third win, so take control of things when they're in your own control. You hear every manager say we can only control our controllables. Well, this is it now. 20 minutes, go win a game of football and put yourself in a much healthier position to see out the season.
Yeah, you'd much rather it be in your hands than someone else's at the end of the day.
Exactly right. Ball up towards Campbell, bounces loose, and the substitute Pollock is onto the ball. He's played it to Maguire Drew, who's lost out. I don't think Amaluza's had a touch of the ball yet. Here's Class battling away for possession rather clumsily and takes down Pollock. It'll be a free kick to Yeovil, probably 15 yards inside the Aldershot Town half. And Aldershot Town and Tommy Widrington, on his first match in charge, are living dangerously. Shots 1, Glovers 1. Free kick to the Glovers. Maguire Drew or Charlie Cooper will take it. It's Cooper. He lifts it in, headed away by Class, and he finds Amaluza, whose first touch is a good one. Finds Tavern Campbell, turns, almost loses the ball, recovers well. Now he bursts forward, and then he just tries to be too ambitious instead of just passing the ball to Glover, who was in good space, wasn't he?
I think he was looking for Justin out on this left. He was away, but it was a bit of the harder decision.
Yeah, exactly. He'd seen something, and he might try to make it happen, but it didn't. He'd done well to shrug off his man. That ball's come off of Callum. Oh no, it hasn't. It must have come off of Minoga, because everybody's body language is suggesting the Yeovil throw, and the referee hasn't even signalled it. Nobody's disputing it. And it's left for Maguire Drew to take, I think. It's got Pollock and Cooper inside of him. He may get a little bit further forward now with Pollock on. Here's the goal scorer, the equaliser, Callum Harriott. He's lost the ball, lost out to Class, and ball played out to the left-hand side where Bevan will compete with Amaluza. Ball up to Amaluza, tries to chest it, no foul given. Harfield hooks the ball forward, bounces loose, and now Linton will compete with Cordner for it. Harfield's going to hook it over his head down the line towards Amaluza, but Bevan's got a touch on it. He'll probably need another one to avoid a corner. Plays it inside. Bevan, Barham just slips, and that meant that Staunton got there just a split second before. Staunton still in possession, breaking forward. He's given the ball to Worthington, and he's gone for the return ball as well. He fancies it if he can get up the other end. And they're going to cover for him. Maguire Drew's got it. Malachi Linton inside. Worthington tries to play a ball forward. That's cut out by Glover. He finds Zochieng. Yeah. Kevin Campbell holds the ball up but can't control it. And now Jack Barham's gone down and needs treatment. And Jake Hutchinson is going to come on shortly anyway. And whether that's to to allow for the substitution, or whether Tommy Widgeon's just ahead of the game every time. And
I think he saw him go down and straight away went to...
So shots won, Glovers won, and we're back to tension in the ground. We had a brief, what did we have? We had 16 minutes today with Aldershot in the ascendancy. That's probably as long as they've, gone without conceding after scoring a goal for a while, to be honest with you. It's something that seems to have dogged Aldershot this season, not holding on to leads, or when they've got level, going behind again. Tyler himself has not been here too long, just 8 or 9 games, says that he's noticed it in the short time he's been here. Harfield comes over for a drink. His fitness levels are good. First game back for a while, but hopefully he can go the distance.
Woking have equalised against Dorking.
Against Dorking,
yeah.
Okay. And it's Notts County 3, Wealdstone 0 as well.
York have extended their league to Chesterfield as well, 3-1.
Is it still Halifax 1, Wrexham 1?
Yes, I believe so.
That would be great for Bank Holiday Monday when the two sides meet each other. It would just close things up. At the moment, Wrexham are 3 points ahead with a game in hand. That could be down to 1 point ahead with a game in hand. Barham's afternoon is done. He still doesn't have his first Aldershot Town goal. Jake Hutchinson's on. He's got 4 goals already for Aldershot and 13 for Eastbourne this season. So he's on track for 20 goals this season. A frustrating few weeks for him, with his team not playing and him not always playing.
How many did you say he had at Eastbourne this season?
13. In the National League South, yes, he did, on loan from Colchester.
I like Jake.
And he's a good finisher, but he hasn't had enough chances. He's finished a good proportion of his chances so far. Campbell turns, goes down too easily. I agree with the ref, no foul. Campbell's a trier, but nothing's really coming off for him this afternoon. He's strong words in the ear of Durkin, and there's no point. He's not going to change his mind, and he will just pull out a yellow and answer him that way. Yeovil have got possession. They've gone all the way back to the keeper, Grant Smith. It's Oldham 2, Altrincham 1. They were 2-0 up. Rowan Ince got the equaliser for Woking. Southend are 2-0 up against already relegated Maidstone. Ball forward from Yeovil. Minoga wins in the air. Flicked on by Amaluzor. Campbell battling for it again. Bouncing down. He plays it back, but he plays it straight to Kiori Johnson. Johnson inside to Pollock. Harfield's won it. It's broken loose again. Ball through the middle. Spectacular clearance from Haji Minoga, and it'll find touch on halfway. 1-1 in the game. Both sides need to win. And the ref comes over and books Campbell because he keeps up with the descent.
Yeah, you were spot on about him giving.
Aldershot as a team have been really disciplined this season. They've had one of the lowest yellow card counts, but today all the yellow cards have been silly. Okay, on we go. Pollock lifts the ball forward. Minoga battling with Harriet for it. Offside's given against Harriet, and it'll be a free kick to Aldershot, and we can all catch our breath. We are almost 77 minutes in here. Tommy Widrington checks his watch as I check my clock on the phone, and away to my right it says 77:05, 06, 07. When the advert disappears, it will say Aldershot Town 1, Yeovil Town 1 on the scoreboard. Nearly 2,900 in this afternoon. Here's Campbell battling for a ball. Bevan heads it back into a safe place for Grant Smith. He tries an early ball out of his hands. Corner should win it in the air, and does. Yeovil player slips. Class challenges for the ball, but Johnson wins it. Goes back down his right-hand side to Bevan. Inside to Staunton. Staunton exchanges passes with Bevan. Fakes a pass and then spreads it across to the substitute Pollock. Pollock back to Freckleton on the left. He's run out of pitch. It'll be a throw in to Shots.
We just need to get a hold of this game again now. I think it's sort of got away from us a little bit in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't like looking at live league tables, so I'm not going to do it. We'll look at the end of the game, but we know the scenario between Aldershot and Yeovil. Aldershot are 5 points ahead. That's still the situation at the moment. Aldershot have got an attacking throw. They've lost possession, but now they're competing for a ball. And off the ball, Ocheng was stopped going for it, but neither of the officials flagged or whistled for anything. So the ball's gone all the way back to Smith. And he'll take a goal kick for Yeovil. sun's bright in the eyes of the Shots faithful at the East Bank end and the Yeovil fans at that end, and Grant Smith. Haji Minoga wins the header. It comes back off Ochieng.
Woking have just doubled.
Woking
scored a second goal.
Yeah, heard it in our ears. Dorking 1, Woking 2. That's what good sides do. They come from behind when it's not going their way. So Dorking may get sucked back into it. Yeah, it's still 1-1. We're in the 80th minute, Joe. It's scrappy. Neither side can get hold of the game at the moment. Obviously, a draw is a worse result for Yeovil than it is for Aldershot, but it's not bad coming back from 1-0 down and being absolutely bombarded by Aldershot as they were for the first 15 minutes of the second half. The Shots, by the way, have lost their two most experienced players, Joe, to injury, Joe Partington and Josh McCoy. So it's a really young Aldershot Town side out there, probably average age of less than 23. And they've got to see out these last 20 minutes either to hold on for a point or go and nick themselves a win. What they can't afford to do is concede again. 20 minutes to go. Shots 1, Yeovil 1. And just as I was finishing off that link, Yeovil hit the side net in Tyler.
Yeah, I feared the worst for a moment there, but the delivery wasn't great. Straight into the side netting, thankfully for us.
So goal kick then to the Shots. Can they find a moment? Can they find the quality?
Glover's down.
Now Glover's gone down and needs treatment, and Aldershot can't make any more substitutions. Aldershot have been really quite fortunate with injuries all season, and now that's 4 in a match.
Yeah, let's hope none of them are too serious, because we're already down to our...
Yeah, you may have to get...
and Pendle's out in a minute.
Yeah. Oh, what's the situation with Pendlebury, by the way?
He hurt his ankle. It's a little bit swollen at the moment, but I think he's going to do everything he can to get back as soon as possible as well. You know, we're both working hard to be fixed. We both want to help the team scrap and fight right to the end of the season.
That's Tyler Frost, out injured at the moment. Joining me in commentary box, done a superb job today.
Really got to hope this ain't bad, because we need 11 players out there for the last 10 minutes.
Not to mention the rest of the season, in which Aldershot are going to still need to collect more points. Ross McNeely, of course, has now been relieved of his duties, as per the club statement. Was hell-bent on getting to 50 points. Progress has been slow of late. I think they got from 40 to 43 after the win at Southend, and that's pretty much where they still are. They're heading possibly for a 44th today. But
Halifax have just scored against Wrexham.
Halifax 2, Wrexham 1, which would mean that on Monday Wrexham would play at home to Notts County, level on points with the game in hand.
If Notts County win that, then Wrexham win the game in hand, they're all square.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that are neutral would love to see Notts County take this right to the wire and maybe come out on top. Chasing the ball on the right hand side is Jake Hutchinson. He'll run out of pitch and run out of time. It's gone behind the goal. Goal kick to Yeovil. And the atmosphere in the ground has been party-like at times today, and it's now nervous tension around the whole ground from both sets
sides.
of supporters.
You can feel it's on a knife's edge. You know what I mean? It's gone a bit flat, but not just from. I think it's nervous energy. I think that's the right way to put it. Not flat, but the players will be feeling the same. I think at the moment, you can see both teams are thinking the same.
Ball lifted over the top. Ashby Hammond's quickly out there and gets there in front of Malachi Linton. Now he's going to kick it out into the left channel. Campbell will jump. He's missed it. Hutchinson's battling with Staunton. Staunton's got on his head on it. He won't gather it though. It's in touch, and you can hear the crowd now trying to lift. Something like 2,400 Shots fans. They take the throw quickly. Class up against Harriet, the scorer of the equaliser for Yeovil. Here's Cordner sending the ball out to the right hand side, looking for Glover. Glover is okay, by the way. He controls it. Comes back to Ochieng. Ochieng gives it back to Glover. A lot of players waiting for a ball in, but they've got to construct the attack. Aldershot with Campbell. Good. Now Amaluza gets it, left hand edge of the air. He's going to try a shot from distance. Yeah! Oh, it's literally hit the bar, and this time it's gone over. The keeper was close to getting fingertips on it. It's a brilliant effort from Justin Amaluza, but he's hit the bar, and it remains Aldershot Town 1, Yeovil 1, Tyler.
Oh, that was so close. Good bit of play there. Switch out wide, dragged them over there, cut inside. Unlucky from Justin. He's got a sweet left foot in that situation. It just hit the top of the crossbar. 2 or 3 inches more of dip, and that was in the top corner.
That would have been Aldershot Town's goal of the season, I'm telling you now, because of the importance if it had gone in. And it was so sweetly struck. Where the crossbar came to Aldershot's favour in the first half for Cordoner's header. In the second it didn't. Here's Worthington receiving the ball going into the penalty area, and Harfield throws himself to the ground in front of him and clears it out for the corner. But these are tense, nervous minutes for the Shots, who just can't pull themselves away from this battle at the bottom end of the National League.
Ollie stretching there as well, you know, he's been chucked into playing 90 minutes after, what, 4 or 5 weeks out now?
Incredibly fit guy, and he's looked after himself clearly. In comes the corner from Maguire. Drew headers up at the far post, it's headed clear, but only as far as a Yeovil player. Back in, Glover heads it clear, and he finds Hutchinson. Can Aldershot counter? 3 against 4. Clip ball over the top here for Tarvin Campbell to the edge of the penalty area. He's in the.
That's a big,
he goes down. Is it a penalty? Yes! He gives the penalty.
Great pass from Jake.
I've got to be honest, it was 50-50 for me. I thought Campbell went down a little easily, but Curie Johnson's been given a yellow. Here with his thoughts on the penalty, his honest thoughts is Tyler Frost.
Yeah, you know, Jake did so well. You know, the hold-up play we said wasn't there in the first half. He's held it up, he's turned, and he's seen the run of Tav, which is a great run. He's slowed up, which made it look like it might not happen, but he's managed to get the extra touch. And I felt it was a penalty, maybe biased, but from this angle here, I think the ref's only going to make one choice there and give a penalty, because we can't see the other side.
It's one of those where Campbell was running in towards goal. It was difficult. He wanted it to work it back on his right foot. He was under constant pressure from the defender, and I think he's been clever in that he knew a challenge was coming in. I just in the moment felt that he went down not entirely connected to the foot that came in. I'm not disputing it's a penalty. I'm just giving an honest
I can see your view.
Yeah.
The ball got stuck under his feet, and then I think he worked with what he had. The angle the referee had, I think, is always going to be given, but you're right, he fell over in maybe stages, which could be seen as...
Nobody here of red and blue will care, though. 86 minutes gone, let me set the scene. Aldershot 1, Yeovil 1, both sides desperate for the win. Aldershot with the penalty. Tarvin Campbell brought down by Kiori Johnson. Jake Hutchinson at the East Bank end. 1 or 2 of the spectators can't look here. The referee, James Durkin, just making sure.
Could be a season-defining moment, this.
It could be. Jake Hutchinson against Grant Smith. Hutchinson steps up and blazes it over the bar. And Jake Hutchinson has missed the target from 12 yards. He went high into the top corner and he's missed. It remains Aldershot Town 1, Yeovil 1.
Yeah. There's nothing more you can say. You know, he's a friend of mine, but he won't like watching that back. It wasn't a good penalty, or was it? I think the keeper, I see the keeper pointing to the keeper's right side, which is where Jake went against Maidenhead. He's obviously done his research. You know, that mind games might have got in Jake's head, and Jake's tried to go to his right rather than his left, which he scored that way against Maidenhead. And it looks like he's got in his head enough to make him open his body and put it over the bar. Not one he's going to want to watch back.
Somebody on the Yeovil bench has been booked by James Durkin. But I think Mark Cooper feels justice was done there. And Tommy Widrington, who left Kings Lynn under a cloud, is taken over here at Aldershot. Is that a little bit of early karma for him? He has to move on. We all have to move on. But Mark Cooper with a double fist pump as a banner is raised away to our left with the words Azim out. That's Shahid Azim, the Aldershot Town chairman. Maidenhead have equalised at Solihull Moors. Meanwhile, we've rumbled on to the 88th minute. Hutchinson skying the penalty. Tarvin Campbell brought down. He's a centre forward. You thought he might take it, but I think Hutchinson is the penalty taker. Is that right?
Well, he scored the last penalty, so the way football works, he's confident from the spot, and I think as a team we'd back Jake to put it away like he did against Maidenhead. Maybe a little bit more pressure today. Has that bared weight on his shoulders? Not sure.
Matt Worthington's gone off. Andrew Oluwabore has come on. We've got less than 2 minutes plus whatever's added. Here's Michael Klaas breaking forward, finds Amaluzor. Amaluzor spreads it out to the left to Harfield. Harfield clips a ball in and it's headed away at the near post by Staunton, I think he was second favourite to get there. Hutchinson should have got there, but Staunton got there. His class, he's retrieved the ball, plays it inside to Cordner. Cordner across to Jordan. Can Aldershot still find a late winner despite that penalty miss? Can somebody step forward and get... Glover thinks he's fouled, nothing given. Amaluza picks the ball up. He's shaken off one man, now another.
Good.
He's pulled back, and now he still bombs forward. Feeds it out to Harfield again. One touch this time. Cross in to the far post, and it's cleared away by Maguire Drew. Only as far as Cordner. He chests the ball down. He squares it to Ochieng. Ochieng can't give it to Glover because he's fouled from behind. Glover, meanwhile, is still down with cramp. My goodness me, we're in the 90th minute. Aldershot have got themselves a free kick. It's about 40 yards out, just right of centre. Gateshead have beaten Scunthorpe. They're not getting pegged back by anybody now. Aldershot have made all their subs. Ryan Glover's going to have to carry on with cramp. He's apologising to the Yeovil players for the delay, but he's got cramp, and
which is
he's not going to hold the game up, is he? Aldershot are desperate for a winner.
Yeah, it's a little bit surprising. Glover's always top of our stats in terms of running. He's phenomenal with his legs. Whether he's run a lot more than usual, or
2 weeks without a game as well, though, isn't it?
Sometimes it works in your favour, and maybe sometimes it don't. That might be a bit too much of a gap.
Yeah. Oh my word, we set it up perfectly for a potential late Aldershot winner, but unfortunately, Jake Hutchinson, we're going to have 9 added minutes. There's absolute shock in the ground. I don't think we expected anything like that. I mean, both sides will go, there's 9 more minutes to go and win it.
Yeah. They're giving both teams every chance to go and win the game.
Wow, I don't know what Mark Cooper makes of that. At the moment, Aldershot are on top again.
9 minutes, am I missing some delays that we had?
It's like he didn't add them on properly in the first half, isn't it? A strange one.
Penalty, a minute or two.
But never mind, the penalty, there was a hold up there was a long time.
There's been 6 substitutions.
There has, yeah. Well, that's the referee, James Durkin. He's had a pretty decent game. He's been yellow card happy, but players have got themselves into those situations. 1-0, 90th minute. Harfield with the ball in. Headed away by Staunton. Again, every single time. Amaluza.
Go on, put it back.
Out left to Harfield. Tries the deep cross from the left side to Harfield. He's just buffeted by Maguire Drew, who can't keep the ball in play, but it's a Yeovil throw anyway. Partington, the skipper, can't even sit down on the bench. He stood up the whole time, so desperate for his young teammates to come through and somehow find a winner. Yeovil have been told it's ended Oldham 1, Altrincham 1. So Oldham, another side that can't quite mathematically pull themselves totally clear. They've had a good run of late though, and plenty of points on the tally for them. Here's Jordan winning the header in the air. Class jumps with Pollock, Pollock, and the ball's lifted forward. Campbell's now battling with Staunton, and it's cleared away by Bevan. What a game Josh Staunton has had at the back for Yeovil.
The Aldershot players look leggy. They're all out there, giving it their all, but a handful of these players struggling at the moment.
Yeah. There's 2 weeks without a game.
Henry, man of the match, I'd probably agree.
Who got that, sorry?
Henry, Ochieng.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. You get to name your own one, by the way.
Oh, do I?
As part of this, so you can use the next 5.5, 6 minutes to decide, and you give it to an Aldershot player.
Yeah.
Here's Cordner battling against Linton, but he recovers well. Back to Ashby Hammond. He's been full of energy and running as Ochieng. Yeah. That's right.
I thought Henry's been excellent, to be fair.
Yeah. Glover wins the ball. Amaluza battles too hard to win the ball, and the free kick's given to Yeovil just inside the Aldershot town half. Amaluza with a brilliant 25-yard half volley, smashed the bar and went over, and then Aldershot with that penalty on 87 minutes, a golden opportunity to wrap up the points, to propel themselves towards safety. And there's a push in the back there of Tyler Cordner, not spotted by the referee. And it's a corner to Yeovil. Blatant push in the back of Cordner. And the assistant referee could have given that. Cordner's appealing for it. Nothing's been seen. And Yeovil players gone down on the edge of the penalty.
Close one there in the box though, because Hadji and one of their players, I think their centre back, both went for the ball. And whoever got to that first, the other one was a foul. And I'm not sure who got there first. In our box as well.
I mean, look, the referee hasn't got eyes in his head. No. But that has to be a situation where the assistant referee can see a clear push. and it'd be a mistake that could be very costly to Aldershot Town if Yeovil are able to score from this corner. 90 plus 9 we've got.
We're 3.5 minutes into this.
And we are almost 4 minutes in. Corner comes into the far post.
Great
and thankfully, Cordner gets his head on it just before that man Staunton can. Aldershot have battled to keep the ball in play to avoid the corner, and good battling it is from Michael Class. Plays the ball up to Jake Hutchins, turns inside and loses the ball. And now Harriott has picked it up, tries a ball through. That's cut out by Jordan. And Glover clears it forward up towards Bevan. Bevan to Freckleton. Freckleton with the ball forward. There's a good toe in from an Aldershot Town player. Class spreads it out left to Ollie Harfield. Has he got it in for another run? He blows his cheeks out. I don't know if he has. He probably needs the rest. Goes back to Minogu, lifts the ball straight down the middle, and it's 2 straight and 2 down the middle. And I think Harfield is feeling it, and I think, you know, that's the first time it's the first time that he's ducked the opportunity to bomb forward there, and you can't blame him.
Yeah, he's been an engine up and down.
Yeah, here's a ball up towards Hutchinson, who's now offside with his back to goal, and frustrating afternoon. He'll be desperate more than anybody to make amends. But it remains Aldershot Town 1, Yeovil 1, and you've got the stopwatch on these extra minutes, haven't you?
That's 5 minutes just up, so we've got 4 more minutes of play.
Free kick taken by Grant Smith. Jordan gets a foot on it. Ochieng volleys through the ball. Staunton wins the header unopposed. Amaluza jumps well, can't win it cleanly. The ball breaks kindly for Yeovil. Amaluza battling for it, goes back to Staunton. Staunton out to the right-hand side. And the players from both sides, not just the physical aspects of today's game, but the mental aspect. Oh, good throw from Harfield, who's pulled up after making the throw. Cramping, I think. Finding Campbell, who's pulled down. Is he fouled? Nothing given. The ball's in touch. Now Campbell's got cramp. It's nervous tension added
it's a bit of everything,
to physicality. Yeah. So many players suffering out here. It means so much to them. Don't anybody doubt what it means to these players. That's one criticism I won't allow against this Aldershot Town team.
Yep.
I've criticised the quality, Tyler, and I've done so today because you have to call what you see.
Of course.
And there's room for improvement there, that's for sure. Glover's down on his haunches on the far side.
Glover
again.
wants the final whistle. He's been doing this for the last 20 minutes, so fair play to him to keep giving it his all.
Yeah, throw-in's taken, it's headed inside. You suspect Yeovil might have the better legs here. Corner cushions the header down. Harfield sends it on down the line, doesn't make good contact though, and Yeovil have got it. They exchange passes there, and Michael Class is going to get a yellow card. This referee does not care how many players. I think it's 4 or 5 from both sides now. He doesn't care. He'll just keep whipping his card out and get on with the game. I'll give him his due. He don't waste any time. He just, there you go, you can have one, you can have
Decisions made fast.
Exactly. So we've got less than 3 minutes, I think, left now here. It's Aldershot Town 1, Yoking 1. It should and could have been all over. Amaluza rattling the bar, and Hutchinson not even doing that from the penalty spot. He blazed it at least a foot over the goal. It was a poor miss, and I think Tyler made a really good point, Tyler Frost, that the keeper could see the keeper going that way, maybe made him just reach a little bit more for the corner. Top corner, cross comes in from Yeovil. There's a clumsy challenge, nothing given though. Referee avoids the ball. Yeovil bench is absolutely adamant it was a penalty. It looked pretty soft to me. 1-2 though over the left-hand side.
That's our ball.
Class does really well. He waits.
One of those ones, isn't it?
Yeah, he plays it against Oliver Borey and he wins the goal kick rather than the corner kick. It's ended Chesterfield 1, York City 3. No joy there. It's ended Torquay 2, Eastleigh 0. No joy there. It's Halifax 3, Wrexham 1.
Wow.
My goodness me. And Notts County have won.
I did see them saying that they had a big attendance today. I think it was 7,000 or 8,000 going.
Level on points going into Monday's game. Here's a ball forward from Yeovil, taken down by Corner, the chest of Ochieng. He plays the ball down the line. He's headed into touch by Bevan. And almost since that decision of the official man of the match going to Henry Ochieng, he's even grown into the game more. And he's one of the very few players I haven't seen stretch off some cramp.
Yep.
Throw in to the shots.
Gone about his business well today.
We are in to the final couple of minutes of added time here at the end of this game. It's 1-1. Yeovil half clear, hits Class, goes back to Campbell, he turns, he's fouled on the edge of the penalty area, he's not going to get the decision on this time. Yeovil clear it, Pollock will put his foot through it now up towards halfway, and there's a good battle there, won by Haji Minoga in the air. Harriet lifts it over the top, Cordner with a good cushioned header. Harfield volleys it forward. Partington still stood up in the bench. Offside given against an Aldershot player.
It's the 9 minutes.
And the 9 minutes are up. The referee possibly will add on maybe up to 1 more minute here. It remains Yeovil 1, Aldershot Town 1, Yeovil 1. But Yeovil have got a free kick on halfway, and I'm telling you now, Bevan's gone forward, Staunton's gone forward. Mark that man.
Yep.
He's won 95% of all his headers all afternoon.
So at that stage of the game, they'll get the attack, and even if we're counter-attacking, the ref will blow up.
In it comes. Referee holds up his arms. Smith
Good
gets a
from
towering winner from Corey Jordan, finds Jake Hutchinson. No legs from Campbell to show for the run. Here's Amaluza on the right-hand
Maybe one
side.
more attack.
Overlapping runner. It's a poor ball, overhit
It's a
unfortunately.
good starting position from the goalkeeper.
Good. Yeah, he did well, Grant Smith. Overhit from Amaluza. Can't find Hutchinson. Yeovil come down the line. Glover's put it into touch. And it's looking more and more like this one is going to end as a stalemate as both sides. There we go. The final whistle. Frustration for both sets of teams. No more so than for Jake Hutchinson, who in the 87th minute blazed his penalty over the bar at the East Bank end. It wasn't to be for him. It wasn't to be victory. His first game in charge for Tommy Widrington, with his final summing up of the game and his decision on, or the confirmation of, the man of the match is Tyler Frost.
Yeah, we started the second half really, really well, deservedly took the lead, and then I think they earned their way back into the game. You'd probably say a 1-1 draw was actually the fair result. You can't knock the players. You can see they're all sat, like Glover, Harefield, you know, they're both absolutely give everything, and so's everyone. You can't knock the effort, and I think that 9 added minutes has taken its toll on a few of the players, but the commitment's there. We know we need to maybe add a little bit more quality, but the 1-1 would probably be the fair result. My man of the match would probably go to Henry as well. I thought first half he was excellent, second half went about his business perfectly, and then the last 10 minutes still had the legs, unlike a lot of people, to keep going. But a shout out to Ollie and Haji as well. I thought them two were both exceptional.
Yeah, I thought Ollie Harfield on his return was superb. Every one of those players gave everything they had, and it's interesting looking at all the cramped situations and everything else, because they've got to clear their heads, they've got to recover well and go again in just whatever you want to call it, 2.5, 3 days time.
100%. Monday's another massive game, and you know, fair play to Yeovil. They played Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, and they're fighting for their lives. So fair play, good luck to Yeovil, and we've got to just move on again and recover and be ready for the next game. That's what this manager's very, very strict on going. The most important game is the next one, and he's right, especially with the situation we're in. Each game is just important. So now we focus on Eastleigh. After Eastleigh, then we go to Saturday, Scunthorpe at home.
Okay, brilliant stuff. I think I'll round up with you, just making sure they're going to Dorking first. Tyler, thanks for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Have you enjoyed yourself?
No, I massively enjoyed myself. I've really appreciated your time, and you know, I've really enjoyed myself. I hope people haven't been too bored or sick of me after 90 minutes.
Not at all.
But hopefully I'm back out on the pitch, and you can commentate on me being back out there.
I'd love that, and commentate on your third goal of the season. Hopefully one here in the remaining games, but we'll take another one away. That'll be fine.
No, if I do, I'll make sure to point out the radio, give you a little point where I'll get one in front of that East stand, and hopefully it's a crucial one that keeps us in this division.
Brilliant stuff. Thanks for joining us. And I see Mum's just taken another pic. Get him to send it to me later. All right. Cheers, Tyler. All the best, mate. Take care.
So much.
Go and see your mum. And the Shots have got themselves a point. I'll wrap up the game for our radio listeners very shortly. And it's ended here. Aldershot Town 1, Yeovil 1. And we can't. Yeah. So we'll look at the other scores in just a moment. But Dorking have eventually.
What's going on? All the best. No, I did, yeah, definitely.
I had a player with me last season and he swore on air.
Oh no, I'm making sure I definitely didn't say something like that, but no. Thanks a lot.
All the best, mate. Take care. Cheers. Just getting a report on the Dorking-Woking game.
Aldershot won, and they still face a really big battle.
It ended in such a crazy way, Joe. So 1-1, as you know, with Yeovil equalising in the 65th minute from the substitute Callum Harriott, and then Aldershot pushed and pushed for a winner. In the 83rd minute, Justin Amaluza let fly from 25 yards and his shot rattled the crossbar, but on this occasion it went over and not in, unlike Cordona's header in the 49th minute. And then a penalty for Aldershot on 87 minutes. Tavan Campbell, alleged to have been brought down by Kiori Johnson, who was shown a yellow card. So up stepped the substitute Jake Hutchinson at the East Bank end in the 87th minute to win it for the Shots, and he blazed it a foot over the bar. Aldershot miss a massive opportunity to pull away from trouble at the bottom end of the National League as other sides down the bottom produce wins again today. They'll have to go again on Monday, Joe, at Eastleigh. It's finished here at the EBB. Aldershot Town 1, Yeovil 1.